Good evening from Eau Claire Memorial High School. It's the kickoff to the 2025 high school football season. And we'll get it started tonight at this new facility here at Eau Claire Memorial. The non-conference game. It's the Hudson Raiders of the Big Rivers Conference against the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's out of Wisconsin Valley Conference. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bob Bradovich. To my right is former Memorial assistant coach Dave Sparger. And Spargs, lots of buzz in this new facility on game night. We were here last Friday for a 4-team scrimmage hosted by Memorial, and it kind of gave everybody a chance to kind of get the lay of the land. But boy, when there's game night, the band is here. We've had music playing on the speakers. Fans are filing in. We got a nice crowd. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of buzz for a good reason, isn't it, though? Look at this facility. Boy, they sure did it right. I mean, a fantastic field. Put the Old Abe logo right dead center. You've got an awesome scoreboard down there with all the graphics. And like you said, the band's here tonight. I just can't imagine they won't be here every game, and that's always been an issue, going to Carson Park and trying to figure all that stuff out. Hey, they're right here. All their equipment's here. They can just grab their stuff and come on out and play. There's nothing better than having a band on football night. And the student section, boy, it's going. And they're already piling them in here tonight. And the school hasn't even started, and that's always been one of those things we talked about early in the season. Without school started, some of the kids don't bother to come to the games down there. Well, guess what? They're here tonight in full force, and it's going to be fun to watch.
This is the Play It Again Sports pregame show. Be your best with equipment from Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Eau Claire Memorial is coming off a season in which the Old Abes went 1-8 overall. They were 1-6 in their first year in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. It was also the first year for head coach Tom Westcott. We saw bits and pieces of good play from Memorial. They had some excellent skill players. They just had a hard time putting things together. What can we expect in 2025?
Yeah, the key there, a lot of firsts, right? First, you're in that conference, so you're scouting them all brand new. You get maybe one or two games under your belt to scout them. And it's Coach Westcott's first year with his squad, putting in his system, putting in what he wants to do offensively and defensively. So I just look for a much improved system, much improved offense, defense. Just the whole thing should click a lot better this year, being year two.
Hudson Raiders under longtime head coach Adam Cowles. This has been a very consistent program. 9 straight trips to the WIAA state playoffs. 19 of those trips coming in this century. So they've had it rolling over there. Finished 7-3 last year. They were 5-2 in the Big Rivers Conference, second place in the BRC. As always, I like every team, Hudson graduates some really key players. Tyler Lassard being one, just that everything athlete who's now at Minnesota State Mankato. But again, big school, biggest school in the Big Rivers. They just constantly reload.
Yeah, it's not a rebuild ever, is it? Like you said, 19 out of the 25 seasons in 2000s they've been in the playoffs. That's just a reload. And the advantage they get is they go into games and they'll take care of business the first half where their starters can sit, and then the 2s and 3s can play a whole second half of a game. So they're already learning that varsity experience on a Friday or Thursday, in this case, of how to play in varsity competition early. Now all of a sudden it's their turn. They get to step underneath the lights as a starter, and they're ready to roll, and they just get off and go, and it's just been a tradition over there for a long time.
Hudson won this matchup in Hudson last year, 56-20, although that was a 28-20 game at the half. And thinking back, Sparks, Abe's could have punched in another touchdown. They had a goal line they threw an interception at the goal line that kind of put the needle in their balloon, so to speak. Key for Memorial tonight, I think, is just you got to keep close and give yourself a chance when the second half rolls around.
Absolutely. That's kind of where things fell apart, right? Early in the second half, all of a sudden it was out of hand. It was out of reach. They were out of the game. You're right. Tonight, take care of the football, no turnovers, move the football. They showed they could do that against Hudson last year. They put up a ton of yards, put up 20 points, all in the first half, so they got to make sure they continue that this year. And then again, defensively, they've got to force turnovers. They've got to create short fields for their offense. Again, just things last year they weren't really able to do to help out their team.
Little different little different defense for the Old Abes this year. Still playing that 3-4-4, but they're going to try to spill things out to the sidelines. We'll talk more about that as this game goes on. The whole logic there, Sparks, is that lesser teams could run it right up the gut against Memorial, and they just didn't have enough size to stop that.
Yeah, a little more size this year inside, like you said. They're trying to eliminate the inside run, spill everything to the perimeter where their outside linebackers, inside linebacker, and secondaries can run them down. Use that sideline as another defender. So force the east-west, run it down, make short gains rather than right up the middle for big ones.
And the Apes do have some speed both at linebacker and in the defensive secondary. Mancino's Grinders and Pizza has been a family tradition for almost 30 years. For the best hot sandwich in town, grab a grinder. Order online for takeout and delivery at mancinoseauclair.com. Mancino's Grinders and Pizza is locally owned and operated, conveniently located on Brackett Avenue near Memorial High School. In fact, if you look off to your left, you'll see.
It's right there.
You'll see Mancino's. Eau Claire Memorial wearing the home purple jerseys with the white numerals, white trim. White helmets, the white pants. Hudson in their road white jerseys, navy blue numerals. They've got the gray pants and the white helmets. Right now from Eau Claire Memorial, our national anthem.
Under the direction of Mr. Eric Dasher.
Starting lineups brought to you by Toyson Ford of Chippewa Falls. Eau Claire Memorial won the toss and decided to receive, so the Old Abe's offense will be on the field first. Up front, left to right, Silas Bonner, Jake Graham, Dylan Landy, Malachi Simmons, Kane Lyons. The wide receivers, Oliver Visek, Ben Strayer, and Jackson Zuliger. Marcus Holmberg, the junior, is the quarterback. Mason Lauscher is the fullback. Zach Johnson, the running back. Hudson Raiders defense up front will be Chase Johnson, Noah Dunaway, Blake Anderson. Linebackers are Liam Mayer, Jack Dumond, Josiah Wilson, Jack Hatfield. And on the back end, Joe Stigler, Alexander Healy, Benjamin Englund, and Gilbert Assemble. We remember Alex Healy from basketball, just another one of those kids in the Healy family that are just really good all around it. Absolutely. They can jump, they're fast, they're quick, they're tough. He's going to be a guy to watch on this Hudson defense. In the Chippewa Valley, collectors know where to go. Slab Factory in Eau Claire. Pokemon cards, sports cars, buying, selling, or trading. It's the place where the hobby comes alive. Swing in today and discover something new only at Slab Factory, located at 2527 Claremont Avenue. Year two, as we said, for Tom Westcott, and one of the things he talked about to us as well as the Eau Claire media is just it's such a different comfort level between him and the players. When he got the job last year, he didn't really have any off-season time to connect with guys.
Yeah, I really didn't. So it was just like a hurry up, we've got to install this, and boom, we're in the games. So this year, at least in the off-season, he could really instill more things, just get to know the kids better, know what they can bring to this table. The kids had a chance to do more things in the off-season together. So all in all, this should really benefit the program.
They still want to run that up-tempo offense. And I think when you have an off-season to work on that, that's just going to help things.
Definitely, yeah. Like you said, they want to go up-tempo. They're going to go no huddle and go quickly, but You know, in their back pocket, they did talk a little bit maybe about switching up this year and doing what's called a muddle huddle, where they just kind of gather behind the football real quick, just get the play call, and then turn around and get set. So maybe take 5-10 seconds longer if they need to kind of slow things down a little bit. But you're right. They're going to be a very up-tempo offense trying to keep that defense very vanilla.
Hudson Raiders will tee it up at their own 40-yard line. Back deep for the Old Abes will be Jake Locken and Jackson Zuliger. Kicking it off for the Raiders, number 86, Keegan Holden, this junior. Hudson Raiders, Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes, and the 2025 high school football season is underway. Locken will take that one inside his own 5-yard line. Takes it down the hash mark and gets across the 15-yard line, and that's where the Old Abes will open up 1st and 10.
Well, if the Old Abes are going to have success on offense, it has to come from their offensive line. You and I talked a little bit before the game about that's where the experience is. You got Bonner, Graham, Landy, Simmons, and Lyons. A lot of those guys have had a lot of reps from last year, so that's where the Old Abes are going to have to lean on.
Line of scrimmage is the 17. Marcus Holmberg, the quarterback. He'll hand it off. Getting stacked up after a short gain is Zach Johnson. Johnson will be the primary ball carrier. He ran it 36 times last year for 205 yards and a pair of touchdowns.
Going no back here, the second snap.
Holmberg, quick shot out to Zuliger. Zuliger across the 20, spins out of that first contact. He's able to lunge forward for a couple extra yards. That'll bring up 3rd and approximately 5 yards.
Yeah, nice little pickup right there. Again, nice job by those wide receivers blocking on the perimeter to pick up about 5 on that one. Big play here, 3rd and 4.
Johnson in motion. Holmberg throws, intercepted. Hudson Raiders get the game's first turnover. Benjamin Englund on the pick. And a sudden change, and now Hudson in business deep in Memorial territory.
Yeah, he tried to hit Ben Strayer on a little in route right there, a little quick slant, and just got undercut by that linebacker. Nicely played, and that's a pick for Hudson. They get the short field here to start.
Yeah, we talked about the Abes needing to play a clean game, and not the way the offense wanted to start. Quarterback is Cooper Adair. He'll pitch it far side. Peyton Pingle down the far sideline, taken out of bounds. Starting lineups sponsored by Toyson Ford. Hudson Raiders up front. Alexander Petrika, Johan Stolz, Joseph Arnovic, Cale Larson, Samuel Rogers. Receivers Dane Burr, Eli Henning. Quarterback Cooper Adair. Jake Blusky, Brecken Christensen are the slot backs. This is Peyton Pingle, the running back again. Old Abes on defense up front. Kane Lyons, Silas Bonner, Mason Lauscher. Linebackers, Jacob Moretto, Nick Ludwikowski, Chase Schultz, Abbott Jepson. Corners, Ben Strayer, Jackson Zuliger. Safeties, Ryan Schultz, Jake Locken. Schultz, the leading tackler last season for the Abes. Adair on the pitch. The ball is on the turf. Hudson able to cover it up. Jake Blusky jumped on top of it. Nick Ludwikowski credited with the tackle.
Well, that's the big play they needed right there. They've got Hudson behind the stick now. He's 2nd down and 20.
Two receivers right, one left. Adair throws underneath. It's a completed pass. Blusky lost his footing, but hauled in the pass. It's still 3rd and long for the Raiders.
Yeah, that pass a little behind him, so he lost his feet and went down. That's good for the Old Abes. He'll give up just a couple yards now. It'll be 3rd and long. Hudson's obviously in 4-down territory, so they're just looking to get some of this back right here.
In motion, Dane Burr. Adair on the run. Squares, throws, and completes. In and out of the hands of Dane Burr. And he took a stick from Jackson Zuliger.
Yeah, Zuliger, nice job on the coverage and good pressure up front. Making him scramble outside the pocket and try to throw on a run. And Zuliger, a nice job with the collision as he caught it, or tried to catch it, I should say. So it'll be 4th and long.
4th and 18 for the Raiders. I would expect them to take a deep shot here, try to stick one in the end zone, or at the very least get that first down. Adair under pressure, throws deep, batted in the air, picked off by the Abes. Teams trading turnovers early, and Memorial.
Ryan Schultz with the pick. Off the deflection again, great coverage. Tipped up in the air, and Ryan Schultz brings it down for the Old Abes.
Well, Schultz, one of those returners, and he's a guy that the Old Abes are going to lean on. He's got that experience. He was so active last year, and he's one of those guys that Abe's defense is really going to lean on him a lot.
Yeah, he makes plays. That's all there is to it. That guy's been around the football all time. Did it last year. He's doing it again this year.
And credit the Abe's defensive line there, getting some pressure on Adair. Pitch near side. Zach Johnson, nowhere to go. We had a penalty marker thrown behind the play.
Yeah, probably a hold right there, but
Liam Mayer on the tackle.
yeah, Mayer was shot out of a cannon there. The inside linebacker got that on the perimeter for a loss, or at least no gain. We'll see what the flag is here.
Eau Claire North opening up the season on the road at Menominee. And we just got a text saying that North ran a QB keeper and got a 55-yard touchdown run on the first play of the game.
Ooh.
So there you go.
Yeah,
Huskies in the 65 yards.
Okay, North did that last year. North put a scare into Menominee.
Yeah, that was a heck of a game.
Yeah.
That was a really good game at Carson Park last year.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a holding call here against the Old Abes, so Hudson will move him back.
Old Abes behind the chains here. 1st and 17 from the Memorial 6. Holmberg hands to Johnson. Bounces off of one would-be tackler. Blake Anderson with the initial stick for the Raiders, but good job by Johnson to keep the feet moving. Short gain, 3-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 14 now for Memorial.
Memorial changing the play here at the line of scrimmage.
Holmberg, as the pocket collapses, incomplete. A little low to Zuliger, and he was starting to lose control of the football even before the hit came. So now 3rd and long for the Old Abes. Once again, Benjamin England on the coverage for the Raiders. 3rd and long for the Abes. Holmberg looking
pressure,
deep. Here
trouble.
comes pressure. He's taken down in the end zone. It's a safety. Jack Hatfield coming in from the weak side. With 8:42 to go. It's a safety by the Raiders. So here's a trivia question, Sparks. The first ever point scored in a varsity game at this facility. Jack Hatfield Hudson with the safety.
Hudson defense with the score. Yep, they got points on the board. Jack Hatfield coming off that edge. He's listed as an outside linebacker there. So he would just line up on the edge and simply beat him around the corner. And as he scrambled outside the pocket, he was able to chase him down. It's one of those things where you got to have that clock. You know, Marcus Holmberg's just got to realize he doesn't have that kind of time. So as he started to roll, he probably should just lofted that one out of bounds and lived to fight another day and punt it out of there. But unfortunately, they got to him for 2 points.
Whether it is water skiing, baseball, or golf, Shepke Chiropractic has got your back. For all your sports-related injuries this summer, you can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. Visit them online at ShepkeChiropractic.com. And thanks to our game day sponsor, Oakwood Bank in Augusta and Eau Claire. Proud to support local athletes. That is Oakwood Bank in Augusta and Eau Claire. So the Raiders, first on the scoreboard thanks to the safety, and Hudson figures to come out of this with decent field position, with the Old Abes having a kick from their own 20.
Number 7, Peyton Pingle.
Peyton Pingle is the deep man
Kicking off for the Old Abes.
for Hudson.
7, Kellen Brown.
Kellen Brown will handle the honors for the Old Abes, much as he did last year. It's always nice when you have a kicker coming back.
Yeah, that helps. That helps. But you said it, the Raiders should have excellent field position after this kicking off from their own 20.
Brown, the left-footed kicker. Approaches the football. Gives it a boot. It's a good kick taken by one of the up men, Alexander Healy. Healy trying to get outside. He's across the 45-yard line, so that's where Hudson will begin its second drive of this football game. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. So the Old Abe's defense for the second time is going to be in a difficult down and distance position. We'll see what the Abes can come up with on this series. Adair up the middle on the keeper. Brings it out to the 48.
Yeah, real nice play with Jacob Moretto. Moretto coming off that edge, didn't fall for the ball fake, went right to the quarterback. You'll see a lot of that in the backfield. Quarterback's going to either fake that jet sweep, he could give it inside for the counter, or else he'll keep it for himself. There's that inside counter.
Peyton Pengel, patient running, gets it into Old Abe's territory. Cooper Adair was the number 2 QB last season heading into the year. Steele Homey was the starter, but he ran into some injury issues late in the year, so Adair took over and really guided the Raiders to a really very nice season. Just the 2 losses coming in conference and then a somewhat surprising loss in the first round. There's a bad snap. It's through the hands of Adair. He recovers it on the favorable bounce. Keeps the play alive and then finally wrestled out of bounds. Kane Lyons and others there on the stop for the Old Apes.
Well, the Old Apes are getting the breaks they need right now, right? They had a couple of turnovers with bad pitch, and this one's a bad snap. So right now they're taking advantage of those things, and it's going to make Hudson punt again, or excuse me, their first punt of the game, but last possession ended in an interception. So defense coming up here, making a couple of good stops.
Logan Murtha is the punter for the Raiders. Very little pressure, gets off a great boot. And that one's going to skip into the end zone. 7 minutes, 21 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Back to live action. First down run for Zach Johnson. The Old Abes gains a couple to bring up the 2nd and 8. So far, Sparks, I think the Abes defense has shown up well. Holmberg under pressure, dumps it off to Lauscher.
Yeah, the Old Abes ran a little screen there to Lauscher coming out. Just kind of fade, let that end guy come free, throw it underneath him there. Again, a nice pickup, going to make it 3rd and short.
He takes it out to the 28-yard line, 3rd and long 2 for the Old Abes. Holmberg, quick out, incomplete. Wanted to get it to Visek. I think he maybe threw that one. It was either he threw it early or Visek took him a little longer to get out of that break. It's an incomplete pass and bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, I think he probably took that about 2 yards too deep. You've only got to pick up 3 yards right there for the first down, so you really only need to go about 4 and hook that up. And I think that's exactly what Holmberg was looking for.
You know, during the scrimmage last Friday, Sparks, you brought up a really good point, is that as players get used to this being their home field, they'll have a better sense of exactly where they are. But it's still a relatively new complex, even for the Old Abes. Granted, they practiced here last year, but again, you know, game type situation, it's new. It's new for everybody.
Yeah, the whole setup is different. You know, and again, they've practiced, they've done a scrimmage, but it's different come game night.
Delay a game penalty on the Old Abes. That'll back him up further.
Yeah, a little confusion right there on the punt team. They were going to punt, and some guys were coming off and coming on. Weren't sure what they were doing, so that'll cost them 5.
Zach Johnson is the punter, standing at his own 10. And now another penalty marker.
Well, a little delayed on that call. Obviously, it's going against the Old Aves again. Got a false start against the Old Aves.
So that'll move the line of scrimmage to the 18. Johnson, the punter, standing at his own 6. Pingle, a return man, just on his side of midfield. Johnson gets the punt away. Pingle comes up, makes the fair catch in Memorial territory at the 44-yard line. So again, Sparks, this will be the 3rd offensive drive for the Raiders, and they've had great field position in all 3.
Yeah, they sure have, and all they've done is basically shot themselves in the foot with a couple of bad plays. So really, for Hudson, if you're looking at Hudson, what they're doing, they just got to quit beating themselves. If they just settle in and start running their offense, they're going to be tough to stop. But right now, they're making the mistakes that have cost them.
1st and 10 Raiders from the Old Abe's 45-yard line. In motion, Christensen. He'll get the handoff. Nowhere to go. Runs out of 1 tackle. And then taken down. The ball came loose. Abe's won a fumble, but
easy to say he's down right there. But again, what a great play again by Jacob Moretto. Moretto's just doing a great job on that edge. They left him unblocked, and he was able to see that inside handoff for the jet sweep. And didn't quite make the tackle, but he made the play to bounce it, and everybody else came to help. Inside trap. Again, a nice job up front.
the gain will make it 3rd and 7 for Hudson.
Lauscher on the tackle right there. Yeah, 3rd and long. Old Abe defense looking to step up again.
Adair play fake.
It's got pressure.
Setting up the screen. Flips it to Pingle. And Pingle taken down after a short gain.
Ben Strayer off the corner. Got rid of his block, came up and made the stick.
Strayer did a really good job diagnosing that from his position in the defensive backfield. And it's going to force Hudson to, at the very least, sit up in punt formation. And I can guarantee you somebody on the Memorial sideline is yelling, "Watch the fake," just given where they are on the football field. Raiders will punt it away. Murtha trying to get that one inside the 5, but it bounces into the end zone. So the score remains 2-0. And again, I think if you're going to talk about early developments in this game, I think you start with the Old Abe's defense.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, again, they've come with good pressure on the edges. Anytime they've tried to go wide, they've had pressure. They've tried to throw the football. There's pressure there. So the Old Abes are doing a good job on that. And again, I kind of like that play call, right? If you're getting a lot of pressure up front, you run that inside screen behind the pressure. But, hey, Ben Strayer, like you said, he diagnosed it right away, got off, and came up and made a play.
1st and 10, Old Abe's from their own 20. Zach Johnson on the carry. Short yardage game there. Give him a gain of 1, bring up 2nd and 9. Johnson trying to bounce it outside, nowhere to go. Jack Dumont finishing things up, and it was Liam Mayer, his fellow linebacker, that went low and got Johnson around the ankles.
Yeah, Mayer is everywhere right now. He's diagnosing those plays. He's getting there.
The Hudson linebackers very, very active, especially the guys on the edges. Holmberg to the near sideline. He's got his man, Ben Strayer. Ben Strayer should have a first down for Memorial.
Yeah, and there's the difference. You got the experience of Ben Strayer out there. He hooked up just 1 yard past the sticks, and the ball was in the air already on the way. That's how you run that quick out.
Zach Johnson trying to bounce it outside, tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. It was Mayer.
Yeah, Mayer's diagnosing so quick and just shooting the open gap.
You talk about linebackers going downhill. You can say that for these Hudson backers. Those guys, boy, they get to the ball quickly. 2nd and 10 Memorial. Quick out near side. Hudson flowing to that one well. Strayer made the catch. He's actually going to lose a couple yards.
Yeah, they were outnumbered there on the perimeter. That one probably should have been called off if you could audible out of that one. They had that outside linebacker who had dropped off on that one. 3rd and long right here.
Holmberg over the middle, caught.
It's going to be a little short, it looks like.
Jackson Zuliger on the reception. Bring up 4th and short for Memorial.
About 1 here, Brad. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. 4th and 1 on your own 42. Decision time for the Old Abes.
With just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Handoff Johnson, pushing forward.
Boy, that's going to depend on the spot.
Abes say they have it, and they do.
They do. Gutsy call here early for the Old Abes. The first quarter of 4th and 1, but they get it.
We talked about it's a veteran O-line for Memorial, and I think that's a good show of confidence by Coach Westcott. Near side completion, Ben Strayer and the Old Abes, for the first time in this first quarter, have the ball in Hudson territory.
Yeah, putting stuff together now offensively. And they go quick again.
Johnson tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Once again, Liam Mayer knifing in there, making the first contact with the ball carrier.
Boy, whatever Mayer is using for his key between run and pass, he's just flying. He knows right now on the snap what it is, and he comes downhill like you talked about.
Zach Johnson again fighting for yardage, lunges
got
forward, and based on that spot, Sparks, I think it's another first down for the Old Abes.
This is where this quick offense starts to pay off. When you got short yardage like that to go, you catch Hudson on their heels a little bit, maybe getting a little tired.
They actually have to wait to move the sticks on the far side. The ball got snapped, but it was not ready for play. So in a way, this is a little bit of a break for the Hudson defense, because this is what you want to do when you're playing a quick tempo offense. You want to get that D-line and those backers tired.
That's exactly it, and you can start to see that a little bit, especially on that 3rd and 1. Some of those Hudson Raiders guys are starting to get a little tired, and you can start to get that movement you want.
Handoff Johnson, taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Liam Mayer, boy, he's racking up the tackle stats tonight.
He's been in every tackle and assisted in every tackle anytime there's been a run play. Yeah, they got to find a way to get to that second level and pick him up.
It's a loss of 2, 2nd and 12 Memorial. Holmberg rolling, he's got running room. Holmberg slides just short of the 40.
Good decision right there. Nothing up there. Go ahead and just tuck it, get some yardage, make it 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 7 for Memorial. Final minute of play here in the first quarter. Holmberg shoots one. That was intended for Jackson Zuliger.
Yeah, the Old Abes had 2 guys in the same area, though. They both ran the same route, kind of that dig route, and they're both in the same area. A little too crowded. Somebody ran the wrong route right there.
Clock stops with 47 seconds remaining. Abes 1-1 on 4th down in this drive. Holmberg sets, throws, got a man open, caught! Into the end zone for an Eau Claire Memorial touchdown, Jackson Zuliger.
Zuliger running that seam route instead of hooking up like they've done all game. He just streaks it right down the hash mark and gets left wide open. Big play on 4th down for the Old Abes.
Eau Claire Memorial takes the lead. 6-2 with 39 seconds to go, and this big home crowd is enjoying it. And I think Sparks set up by all those short passes. Hey, they sent one guy deep. Zuliger got behind the defense. He took it in. Abe's going for 2. Zach Johnson fights his way into the end zone.
Good hard
Two-point
run.
conversion is good, and Eau Claire Memorial extends its lead. It is 8-2.
You got a late flag here. I don't know what. We'll have to see what this one is. I think it was after the play, as late as that flag went down. Guys were already running off the field when that flag came down.
And they pick up the flag. The 2-point conversion is good. Memorial in the lead. We'll take a quick timeout. Back with more high school football. You're watching Zaleski Sports.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcasts. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Back at Eau Claire Memorial High School, Old A's fans still buzzing after that touchdown drive by Memorial, culminating in a long touchdown pass from Marcus Holmberg to Jackson Zuliger. Abe's tack on a 2-point conversion run by Zach Johnson, and Memorial in the lead 8-2.
Well, if anything, Marcus Holmberg just showed he can throw a good deep ball. And again, that's what the coaches were impressed with him. Just a junior, but even last year's a sophomore, they just liked the way he could throw the deep stuff.
Kellen Brown with the boot. Takes Pingle back inside his 10. Good job by Pingle to grab that one. Peyton Pingle pushing forward. Brings it out to around the 30-yard line. So the Hudson Raiders will have their 4th offensive possession. Have yet to put the ball in the end zone or between the uprights. Their 2 points came courtesy of their defense. Getting the safety on a sack of quarterback Marcus Holmberg. Jack Hatfield with the sack on that one. But a good answer by Memorial. Just 31 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Boy, it reminds me a lot of last year when Memorial went up-tempo and Hudson could just not stop them early. And right now, that up-tempo is really helping the Old A's.
Adair on a design run, trying to get to the edge. He's got that corner, and he steps out of bounds around the 42-yard line.
You know what? I'm not surprised with that call. That's just one of those calls where, like, all right, we're not going to hand this off. We're not going to do anything dumb. We're just going to take this and let one of our best athletes just take off and run, and let's get 10 blockers for him. And that was a nice run and pickup right there for the Raiders.
From the far hash, 1st and 10 Raiders.
Look for them to keep things pretty simple, I think. They're just tired of beating themselves offensively.
Line of scrimmage, the Hudson 42. Pingle takes the handoff, and he's spun down. Jacob Moretto in on the tackle.
And Lauscher.
And Mason Lauscher. Gain of 2 for Pingle. 2nd and 8 Hudson. Design run, Adair. Coming to the near sideline, looking for the cutback. Lauscher slowed him down enough. And then the guys came to fill, led by Jacob Moretto.
Yeah, and Ryan Schultz, that D-back on the edge right there, did a great job of forcing that back in. You know, we talked about how they wanted to stretch the play out, and that's exactly what they want to do right there. Like, stretch it out and then make him slam on the brakes, or else he runs out of bounds. And good pursuit, good play right there. He's going to leave it as 3rd and long.
1 quarter in the books here from Eau Claire Memorial. The Old A's leading Hudson 8-2. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports. North ran a fake punt from its own 15.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats.
First play of the second quarter, Cooper Adair deep down the sideline, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Ben Strayer.
Ben Strayer making the big play. He saw that route coming and was beat initially, but it was underthrown, so he was able to make the adjustment and go up there and take it away. Great play again by the Old Abe defense.
Brecken Christensen was the intended receiver. Christensen coming from his slot back position, but like you said, Sparks, that ball kind of hung up in the air, and a great recovery by Strayer. Now the Abes will start at their own 20-yard line. Zach Johnson fighting for yardage.
Starting to get some runs now to go for him. Early on, about 1 or 2 yards at most. Now these last couple plays, they've gotten 5 or 6.
Good gain of 6 yards. 2nd and 4. Johnson pushing forward. Getting in there was Chase Johnson, D lineman for Hudson on the tackle. 3rd and 3 for the Old Abes. Holmberg trying to get outside, throws, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, threw that one away though. But again, there's that good decision. If you've got nothing, just get rid of it. Don't take that 10, 15-yard loss or don't risk turning it over. So that was the right decision there.
4th and 3 for Memorial. And they will line up in punt formation. They're going to have to hurry to get that punt team out there. Got whistled on a delay of game in a similar situation in the first quarter. And with that, Old Abes will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Back at Eau Claire Memorial High School, Old Abes leading the Hudson Raiders by a score of 8-2. Memorial lining up in punt formation after using their first timeout of the half. Zach Johnson to kick it away for the Old Abes. Peyton Pengel standing at his own 35 for Hudson. We got another whistle and a penalty marker thrown.
Yeah, I think the Old Abes were lined up wrong on this punt formation.
Sparks, it doesn't matter what year it is. Game one, you learn a lot of things about what you need to work on.
Yeah, game one, you're right, exactly. A lot of the special teams issues tonight. That's expected, like you said, early in the season.
Johnson, a really nice kick. Pengel will field that one. He loses it. The ball is loose. Who's got it? Scramble.
Boy, it looked like
Going to have to unpile this one. Able to get on that one. Joe Stigler, I believe. Number 3 was able to.
Late fair catch. That was his issue. wanted to catch and run with it, and then he realized, holy cow, they're right on top of me, so he threw that late, fair catch, and he couldn't even get his arms back when he made his arms back, and went right off him. Opportunity.
So the Hudson Raiders take over at their own 31-yard line. Trailing this one by a score of 8-2. Cooper Adair, the quarterback. Hand it on the sweep to the far side. That's Blake Serpico. Junior slot back. Serpico picks up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for Hudson. Inside handoff, Peyton Pingle. Pingle taken down.
Are you can kind of anticipate things, and boy, as soon as that was pitched, he came flying and made a play.
2nd and 16 now for Hudson. Adair throws over the middle, completed pass. Nick Ledwakowski on the tackle of Jake Blusky.
Yeah, good play offensively. Nice little hook up right there. Pick up some of that, but Old A's will give him that. That's going to make it 3rd and 10. Good coverage by Ledwakowski.
You wonder if this is 4-down territory for the Raiders.
I think down distance will be probably the key on this one. They need to get about 7, I think, at least before they go for it.
Adair will set up that middle screen. They've got Pingle to get to the outside. He gets hemmed in. Penalty marker down. One of the Hudson linemen, Joseph Arnovic, lost his helmet.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hold on the Hudson Raiders of that offensive lineman that got out there. And they're pointing that direction. we'll see what the rest of the discussion is as they get together. But, well, this would be a tricky call for the Old A's. Do you want to make it 3rd and 15, 20, or do you want to just make it 4th and 8 and hopefully they punt it away? Yeah, holding against the Raiders. Decision time here for the Old A's.
Dave White is our head referee tonight. Whitey telling me before the game this is year number 40 as an official.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, been doing this a long time.
That's enjoying the game right there.
Absolutely. And he's not the oldest guy in the crew either.
Wow.
So there you go.
They obviously just enjoy working together, too, on a Thursday night this case, but on most are Friday nights, nothing better to do.
They looked at the one young guy that's part of the crew, mid-30s, late 30s. They say he's our designated runner.
Yeah, he's just the same age as they've been working together.
No kidding. 3rd and long for the Raiders. 3rd and 19. Trips to the right. Adair rolls that way. Pressure coming. Cooper Adair
throws it away.
Lobs that into the Memorial sideline.
Again, Adair running out of the pocket and getting chased. So again, the Old Abe's good job with the pressure, not letting him get comfortable to throw in deep.
Abe's able to get pressure on Adair. Now, he's a good thrower on the run, but I tell you that pressure that the Abes are putting on Moretto that time was really closing on him. And I think we see what the Abes coaches were telling us about switching to that 3-4 spill defense. Murtha, the punter, gets it away. It's a low kick. Abe's going to let that one bounce.
Just checks up there at the 20.
But the whole logic behind that spill is to take away runs up the middle and then fan everything out, spill it out to the outside.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of that now in their pressure, right? They're getting pressure up the middle, forcing the quarterback to run. Well, what you've done there also is you've reduced the field in half. Now, all of a sudden, he's only got half the field to work with to try to find a receiver, and you can shrink everything up, right? Your D-backs can roll over the top. You can get over that coverage, help on that side, and use that sideline like they're there to get him to get rid of the ball.
First down, Memorial from their own 20. Johnson trying to cut it back. Very little running room.
Yeah, he'll lose a yard or two on that one.
Chase Johnson and others in on the tackle for Hudson. Josiah Wilson, the linebacker, in on that tackle as well. Johnson again. Able to move the pile forward. So it'll bring up a 3rd and call it a long 7 for Memorial. Blake Anderson credited with the tackle on that time for the Raiders. Holmberg.
In
Pocket
trouble.
Collapses. Holmberg still on his feet, able to evade a couple tacklers, but taken down after a short gain. 4th down for the Old A's.
Yeah, tried to create something there when he knew it was kind of breaking down around the pocket, so he tucked and took off. Good idea, just pulled up short, though.
Well, what else that does, it keeps the clock moving.
Yep, and it's not a negative play.
Right.
Again, get something positive out of it. Now look, come up here, we'll punt it away and let our defense keep going and hopefully keep performing.
Johnson standing at his own 13-yard line to punt it away. Peyton Pingle for Hudson standing at his own 40. High snap.
But no pressure.
Johnson probably had more time than he thought. Abe's looking for that hometown bounce, and they get it.
Just what the doctor ordered. Kick it 20, let it roll 20.
No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. Maple Farm Fest, or check that, Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Shop more than 125 handmade arts and crafts vendors. Check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Merrill. The 33rd annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. A comedic grilling show. Sounds like something we should be part of.
We should probably be one getting grilled, I guess.
Well, I was thinking we'd be doing the grilling.
Oh, okay.
1st and 10, Hudson from its own 33.
Running that jet sweep to the far side. He's got the edge.
Good running room. Serpico. Again, this is the Hudson Raiders. Big kids, fast kids, and depth.
Side here, but second and shorter or first. They're getting him the first down here.
It is a first down for the Raiders.
We'll pitch it near side. Lots of running room, and then finally shoved out of bounds after a solid gain.
Yeah, a pickup of 7 right there. Again, that's all Hudson wants right now. Just some more positive plays.
Brecken Christensen on the carry. Going to bring up 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. In motion, Blusky. They'll pitch it to Peyton Pengel. Pengel to the edge. Taken down on the far sideline by Nick Ludwikowski, but another first down for Hudson.
Brecken Christensen, that slot receiver there with a great block on the edge to free that run. He just kind of came crack down inside, took away that outside pressure, and sprung that one for him.
First down, Hudson. Raiders in Memorial territory at the 38. Adair will run to that far sideline. Hemmed in, shoved out of bounds by Abbott Jepson.
Yeah,
Jepson, a sophomore linebacker for the Abes.
Sorry about that, Brad. Yeah, a little tougher when you run to that short side of the field. They try to run the quarterback to the short side with all those blockers. Again, that's what the old Abes want. They want you to go short side and just string it all out. And sure enough, he only picked up a yard on that one. See if they come back to the wide side here with something.
The running back is now Blaukamp. He'll be a blocker for Cooper Adair, who spins his way.
Oh, good hard run.
Inside the 30.
Yeah, they faked the pitch that time, went with quarterback keep. Depending on the spot here, it's going to be 3rd and 1 or a first. Looks to me to be a first down. And it is.
Chains move again for the Raiders.
Boy, 4 consecutive first downs here. The best drive of the night for the Raiders.
Line of scrimmage, the old Abes 28. Adair on the option pitch. Peyton Pengel.
Got room.
Pengel on the cutback. Takes it inside the 15-yard line, and the drive continues for the Raiders.
Yeah, they're starting to piece together now some good plays. Nothing negative. They've been able to stay positive, and now they're moving the football.
Over in Menominee, mid-second quarter, it's 14-all between the Huskies and the Mustangs. We've got a timeout taken by the old Abes. We'll step aside as well. Back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Your business security not so secure? It's time to send an SOS to SOS Security in Eau Claire. With SOS's total business control system, you can lock doors, turn off lights, control thermostats, and more, all from the convenience of your smartphone. Contact us today and we'll design and install a custom business automation system for you. We'll even give you $100 off a new or upgraded system. From concept to completion, your business is secure with SOS Security.
Whether you are buying or selling, turn to the Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. They have a pulse in the local real estate market, and they can help you with both existing homes and new builds. They can also assist you through each step of the process, making the home buying and selling process simple, not stressful. That is what you get with Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. 1st and 10 Raiders from the old Abes 13. Handoff, Peyton Pengel right up the middle. Had a good crease, and he'll take it inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, you called it. Excellent blocking up front there from the Raiders. They run a little inside trap, and it opened up for 8 yards there on first down.
Under 5.5 minutes to go before halftime. Raiders with their best offensive drive. Cooper Adair on the keeper, reaches forward, and it's a Hudson Raiders touchdown. 5-yard run, Cooper Adair. This game is tied 8 apiece. Raiders will attempt the PAT. Keegan Holden puts that one through the uprights, and the Raiders take a 9-8 lead. We'll take a timeout. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more for every room, every door, and every window. Place your trust in SOS Security. Got a good one going here from Eau Claire Memorial High School. First ever varsity football game in this complex. Fans have been treated to a good one. We've had back and forth action. We've had some big plays. We just had an impressive drive by the Hudson Raiders, who lead Eau Claire Memorial by a score of 9-8.
Yeah, Hudson going back to the basics right there on that drive. They ran 4 plays the whole way down. All run plays, just got simple again, right? Quarterback give, quarterback keep, and run that sweep. And, well, that was it. Just execute and did a nice job of doing it there.
Keegan Holden with the kick. Abe's let that bounce. They got to get on that thing. They do, and rip down inside the 10-yard line. Yikes.
Yeah, yikes is right. There's some confusion back there on who was going to take that kick. All of a sudden, they both were kind of looking at each other as the ball sat there, and that's going to cost them big time. They won't look at the ball, starting about their 8-9 yard line right there. So
Jake Logkin had to hustle to pick that ball up, and it's a good thing he did. So the Abes backed up on this drive, 1st and 10 from their own 8. And Sparks, this is a huge drive for Memorial, because remember, Abes will kick off to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, if anything, they got to change field position here. Running that jet sweep. Nice play by that outside linebacker. Strong safety on this one.
Jackson Zuliger on the carry. Ben Englund in on another tackle for the Raiders. Gain of 1. And we've got another whistle. And they're going to say that Zuliger needs to come out to get his pants where they need to be. Pass to the near side. It's a low pass.
And incomplete, they're going to say.
Intended for Ben Strayer. So now it's the Hudson defense trying to dictate how this drive turns out. Abe's looking at a 3rd and 9 deep in their own territory. Holmberg, short pass. It's caught at the 20.
Yeah,
it's a first down.
Big catch right there from Strayer. That one was kind of thrown behind him on the back shoulder. He was able to whip around and come up with that one. That's a great catch right there to move the chains.
And Strayer going exactly where he needed to get that first down. Good pass. Holmberg dumps it off. Lauscher trying to carry a couple tacklers with him, but well diagnosed by the Raiders.
Yeah, to try to hit that little screen right there to Lauscher on the perimeter. Well diagnosed by the Raiders. They got that for no gain.
2nd and a long 9. Handoff Zach Johnson. Had a crease and brings it out to the 24-yard line. Once
Mayer
again,
there.
Ben Englund sticking his nose in there and getting Johnson wrapped up. 3rd and 6 now for the Abes. Pressure coming. Holmberg flings it far side, caught. First down, Memorial.
Excellent execution right there. Again, a quick out at the change. That ball was gone before he came out of his break. Excellent job right there by Holmberg.
Oliver Velchuk on the reception, first down Memorial from the Abe's 33. They'll reset the ball, and the Abe's get the ball exactly where it was marked. Zach Johnson cuts it outside. Zach Johnson, but a penalty marker is down. Johnson down the far sideline. He's going to take it into the end zone, but let's take a look at this penalty.
Yeah,
the marker is down at the 32-yard line of the Abe's.
Unfortunately for the old Abe's, they finally bust a nice run play. Johnson with a great cut, but this is going to come back on a hold on the old Abe's. Tough break right there.
Tough break, you're right, Sparks, but I think this is something that the Memorial offensive coaches can just kind of, put in their hip pocket and say, all right, here's what we did well here, and maybe you come back to it later in the game. And what I was really impressed with is the speed that Zach Johnson showed once he got down that far sideline.
Yeah, he made an excellent cut in the hole to get himself free, and you're right. Once he split those two D-backs right there, he was able to run away down that sideline and, like you said, show his speed to pull away.
So the penalty will move things back for the Abe's, and it negates a touchdown. So it'll be second and long. If you're the Abe's, you would like to take as much time as possible with 3:13 to go. Holmberg now in trouble, and he's going to sail that one to the Hudson bench. Well, that's one of those live to play another day passes from Marcus Holmberg.
Yeah, absolutely. Good decision there to get it out of bounds. It does stop the clock, which you don't really like to do. But again, he was going to get sacked for a big-time loss right there. Good pressure by the Raiders.
Empty backfield for the Abe's. Pressure coming on Holmberg. Throws complete. Well, Jackson Zuliger on the catch.
That's a great combination route right there. You're trying to put that corner on an island between two receivers, and Holmberg finds the right guy.
Boy, Holmberg, we said this about him last year. When he has time to set and throw and get the feet set, he throws a really nice ball.
Yeah, Zuliger again with a great route coming back. Third and manageable. Big first down here if they can pick this up for the old Abe's. If anything, just keeps that clock moving.
Under 3 minutes to go in this first half. 3rd and 4, old Abe's. Holmberg dancing around on the parquet. Marcus Holmberg across the 40.
I think
takes
he picked
it
it
out
up.
of bounds, and yeah, they're going to spot him in first down territory. So the drive continues for the old Abe's.
Yeah, that's big. Even if they don't put points on the board right here, just the fact they got themselves crossed up here to midfield and won't give Hudson the football back is the key.
Handoff Lauscher up the middle. Lauscher pushing forward. Close to first down yardage.
You bring the bruiser. You got Johnson with the speed and the quickness. Now you just put Lauscher back there. Bring the bruiser to bring the hammer up the middle.
Second and short. They give it to Lauscher
nice
again.
Cut again and run it over.
Lauscher pushing guys around. First down Memorial inside the 45.
And again a flag here. Interesting flag here, deep in the secondary like this. This one might actually go against the Raiders.
Yeah, the penalty marker is right there. The official picking it up there. It was on the Hudson 30. HS Fence specializes in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. They have been providing commercial and residential fencing to the people of Wisconsin for the last 18 years. Contact them today in Fall Creek or at hsfencewi.com. Officials still conversing.
Yeah, Coach Westcott out on the field there trying to listen in to see if he can figure out what's going on. Well, now you've got all 5 officials there meeting, trying to figure this one out.
Back and forth game over at Williams Stadium in Menominee. The hometown Mustangs leading Eau Claire North 22-20 as they play late in the second quarter.
Illegal participation on the defense. That penalty is declined. First down.
2 minutes, 12 seconds to go in this second quarter. Plenty of time for the Abes. Zach Johnson, the running back. He'll take the handoff, pushing forward, stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Josiah Wilson, Liam Mayer in on the tackle for the Raiders.
With a loss of 2 right now, you got to be a little careful about going fast. But like you said before, we don't want to give Hudson a lot of time here to try to do something into the half.
Holmberg, deep ball down the sideline, caught!
Guess who? Strayer again.
Ben Strayer. That was a really nice pitch and catch. He dropped that thing right in the bucket.
Oh, you said it. Holmberg just lays it up there, and Strayer could just run right underneath it. Now the Old Abes are at least in field goal range.
1st and 10 from the Hudson 15. Johnson. Initial contact that time, Chase Johnson in on the tackle, holding up Zach Johnson until the reinforcements came in for Hudson. It's another loss of 2.
Old Abes do have 1 timeout left. Obviously probably going to try to save that if they have to go for a field goal.
2nd and 12. Memorial, and now we have a whistle.
Unfortunately, the Old Abes got to spend that timeout right here.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back with more high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Be ready for your season with Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Play It Again Sports is just down the road, south of the 5393 intersection in Eau Claire. Just tell them you saw this commercial on Zaleski Sports and get $5 off any $50 order and $10 when you spend $100. Play It Again Sports, buy, sell, trade, and be ready for your season.
All right, minute 13 to go. Second quarter, Eau Claire Memorial driving. They've got a 2nd and 12 from the 17-yard line of the Hudson Raiders. It's been a good one so far here from this new facility at Eau Claire Memorial High School.
Old Abes with an impressive drive right here. Started with about 4:30 left on the clock. Had to start at their own 9-yard line now. Have gotten all the way down to the 18.
Holmberg throws the out. Caught over there, pushing forward down to the 10-yard line. Ben Strayer on the reception to bring up a 3rd and manageable.
About 50 seconds left here in the quarter. The Old Abes are used to going fast.
Holmberg has time, lofts it to the back of the end zone, caught!
There's that
Touchdown,
connection again.
Ben Strayer.
Holmberg to Strayer on that deep out into the corner. And you talked about throwing a ball in the bucket. That one again was perfect up and over the top of the DB, right into Strayer in that corner. What a drive for the Old Abes here late in the second quarter.
Holmberg with some dimes on that drive. And boy, those receivers, Strayer, Zuliger, boy, they've run some nice routes, shown some good hands. Now the Abes leading at 14-9. Running that swinging gate formation. 2-point conversion would make it a 7-point margin. Abes didn't get the look they wanted, so Kellen Brown will come on to attempt the PAT. Snap, spot is down, the kick on the way, and it's through the uprights. Eau Claire Memorial leading at 15-9. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
Impressive drive for Eau Claire Memorial, capped off on a 9-yard touchdown pass. Marcus Holmberg to Ben Strayer. Holmberg's second TD toss of the game, and then Kellen Brown added the extra point. Eau Claire Memorial, 15-9, leading Hudson.
Again, we go back to that drive. That drive started at their own 8-yard line after that miscue on the kickoff. And, boy, they just pieced together some big plays when they needed it. They go 92 yards in just about 4 minutes. And, wow, what a drive. And to cap it off with that beautiful route to the corner of the end zone. Holmberg to Strayer to put them ahead right before half.
Lights starting to take effect here at Eau Claire Memorial. Abe's leading at 15-9, but 43 seconds still remain. Hudson has got plenty of weapons that they can use to try to move the ball downfield. Kellen Brown will look for a good boot here. Peyton Pengel is the deep man, standing right at his own 10-yard line. Brown, the left-footed kicker, boots a low one. It's going to angle toward that far side. Hudson will take that one. It's Healy, and Healy brings it across the 25. So the Raiders will take over. They've got 37 seconds with which to work. And they've got all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Ryan Schultz, a special teams tackle for Memorial.
Yeah, that was a big tackle right there. He had a seam. He could have gone somewhere, but like you said, Ryan Schultz on the big play right there.
Adair swings it out of the backfield. Pengel has it. Pengel across the 35. Ryan Schultz on the tackle.
Yeah, if you're the Old Abes, you want to keep him in bounds. So nice job by Schultz there to make that tackle before the first down and in bounds. So the Raiders will use a timeout here.
Raiders will take a timeout. We'll keep it here to tell you that you can call the Dahlman Insurance Agency today for home, auto, and business coverage from Partners Mutual Insurance Company. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service. All right, Sparks, I'll ask you to put your offensive coordinator hat on for the Raiders. You got 2 timeouts to go. You can work the sidelines. What sort of things are you going to try to accomplish with 28 seconds left?
Yeah, the key is that you got to get further down the field, right? With only 28 seconds left, you do have the timeout. So the field's open. You can use the middle of the field and go deep. I think you're going to have to try to air one out here. So look for them to try to throw something, maybe over the middle. Again, they try to find something for about a 10, 15-yard gain and then use another timeout.
Second and short for the Raiders. Pengel in motion. They'll run option. Pitch to Pengel. Trying to get wide. He's got the first down. Pengel gets around midfield and then a penalty marker down.
This might be a big call right here. If it's a holding against Hudson, it's going to bring it back, and that could do the quarter. But if this is against the Old Abes, this is going to move it way down there, probably around the 35, and really help Hudson out. Yeah, they're going to get a late hit out of bounds over there on that sideline. So they're going to move that football even closer. So now, with only 21 seconds left, Raiders are going to find themselves pretty close to being in field goal range already.
Field goal range, or you've got time to take a couple deep shots.
Yeah, absolutely. 21 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Definitely opens up your playbook if you're the Raiders. And again, it puts pressure on this Memorial defense that for the most of this first half, this defense has acquitted itself quite well.
Yeah, look for maybe some play action right here.
Again, remember, Hudson will get the ball coming out of halftime.
There it is, play action to go over the top.
Adair deep, he's got a man, incomplete.
There was that play action. Fake that stuff inside. He steps back, and he did have a guy behind the secondary, but he threw it to the wrong side of him.
Blake Serpico, the intended receiver, he was looking over his left shoulder, and that pass wound up on his right. So incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now, Raiders from the Memorial 34, with just 15 seconds left. Quick pass.
Look
Set
out.
up a receiver screen. Abe's did well to keep that play in bounds. The clock will stop to reset the chains.
Yeah, if you're Hudson, you'll use a timeout here because you got 2 left, and they do.
9 seconds to go. Again, we will keep it here.
Yeah.
Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. All right? Now, Sparks, you get to put the D coordinator hat on.
You got to keep it in front of you. Okay, you're down at the 20. You just can't let anything go over the top. You got to just keep them out of the end zone. So maybe play a little more loose with your linebackers, right? You know, back them up a little bit. Keep everything in front of you. Right now, they're probably in field goal range. You know, in Hudson in the past with their kickers, they've usually got a pretty strong leg. So right now, it's like, all right, we've got to prevent 6. We're willing to give up 3, but that's it.
The line of scrimmage is the Memorial 20.
Yeah, that's a 37-yard field goal from here. And again, if you're Hudson, all you're looking to do really is to pick up maybe 5, 6, 7 yards just to make that field goal more of an easier chip shot for you.
Raiders will split 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the left. Cooper Adair, the quarterback, trying to get everybody positioned correctly. Adair under pressure. Adair to the end zone, intercepted. Intercepted Jackson Zuliger.
Well, great job by Zuliger undercutting that route. He had that played perfect. And again, that's what you're trying to do, soften up your D-backs, not giving up the 6 points. So they were back there in the end zone ready for anything. And, boy, that lofted out there, and that was easy for Zuliger to undercut. Played perfect.
Abe's defense playing well in this first half, and they'll head to the locker room with a 15-9 lead, Sparks. I tell you, Eau Claire Memorial doing a nice job defending this brand new home turf.
Yeah, outstanding first half defensively. Look at the turnovers they created. That's exactly what we talked about. For them to handle Hudson tonight, they had to create turnovers, and boy, they have just come up big. Some interceptions, some big plays to put them behind the sticks, put them in 3rd and long or 2nd and long, and then just make the plays when they had to make them turn the ball over, whether it be a punt or a turnover. And again, the defense has stood up strong.
So Eau Claire Memorial will head to halftime, leading it 15-9. Dave Sparger and I will take an extended break. We will come back and recap the first half and get you ready for half number 2. Halftime here from Eau Claire Memorial, the home team. Old Abe's leading Hudson by a score of 15-9. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Be a part of a Marshfield tradition at Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Start each morning with a potato or buttermilk pancake breakfast and shop over 125 handmade arts and craft vendors. Also, make sure to check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court with maple specialties, beer garden, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Meryl. Don't miss the 33rd Annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Learn more at visitmarshfield.com and follow us on Facebook.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Your business security not so secure? It's time to send an SOS to SOS Security in Eau Claire. With SOS's total business control system, you can lock doors, turn off lights, control thermostats, and more, all from the convenience of your smartphone. Contact us today and we'll design and install a custom business automation system for you. We'll even give you $100 off a new or upgraded system. From concept to completion, your business is secure with SOS Security.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Be ready for your season with Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Play It Again Sports is just down the road, south of the 5393 intersection in Eau Claire. Just tell them you saw this commercial on Zaleski Sports and get $5 off any $50 order and $10 when you spend $100. Play It Again Sports, buy, sell, trade, and be ready for your season.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
Be a part of a Marshfield tradition at Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Start each morning with a potato or buttermilk pancake breakfast and shop over 125 handmade arts and craft vendors. Also, make sure to check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court with maple specialties, beer garden, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Meryl. Don't miss the 33rd Annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Learn more at visitmarshfield.com and follow us on Facebook.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure.
I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Culligan water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
We are back at Eau Claire Memorial High School, getting ready for third quarter action in this non-conference opener for both teams. It's Eau Claire Memorial leading Hudson 15-9. Bob Bradovich, Dave Sparger, and boy, all things considered for Memorial, boy, this is a way you want to start when you're breaking in a brand new facility.
Yeah, with an awesome crowd tonight, the band, the cheerleaders, I mean, just a great atmosphere. And you put together a first half exactly what you needed to be successful. Offensively, they found their rhythm in the second quarter. The pass game really started to click, which opened up some of the run. They were able to put 2 touchdowns on the board. Defensively, what we talked about in pregame, they had to create turnovers. They had to get 3 and outs. They did both. They had 3 interceptions in that first half to keep Hudson off the board a couple times there. And I tell you what, that you just draw that up, and it's exactly what Memorial had to do.
Hudson opened the scoring in the first quarter. A sack of Memorial quarterback Marcus Holmberg. Credited with the tackle was Jack Hatfield. It was 2-0 Raiders. But before the end of the quarter, Memorial answered. And Holmberg connected with Jackson Zuliger on a touchdown pass that made it 6-2 in favor of the Old Abe. Zach Johnson ran it in for the 2-point conversion, 8-2 Memorial after a quarter. Memorial's Ben Strayer picked off a Hudson pass in the second, but then the Raiders got it back, drove downfield, one of their best drives of the first half. Cooper Adair ran it in from 5 yards out to tie the game, and then the extra point was added. That made it 9-8 Hudson. But Memorial came back and embarked on a 92-yard drive, capped off on a 9-yard touchdown pass from Marcus Holmberg to Ben Strayer. Kellen Brown booted the extra point, 15-9 in favor of Memorial. Late in that second quarter, Hudson was driving, but Adair's pass to the end zone was picked off by Jackson Zuliger. Huge plays turned in by that Memorial defense, Sparks. And I'm going to go back to some, X's and O's execution that's obviously really important in the game of high school football, but you can never discount the emotional factor. And one of the things that, when I talk to both coaches of the Eau Claire schools, Tom Westcott here at Memorial and Matt McGinnis up at North, they all talked about, hey, we got home turf that we get to defend now. Yeah, Carson Park was our home field for so long, and it was a wonderful facility, and it served the needs of the high school students for many, many years. But there's just something about having your own facility, and you got to say, these Abes are playing some pretty inspired football tonight.
Well, we talked about it before. Like, you practice all week on this turf. You get a feel for where everything is. You know exactly what you want to do, where you got to cut, what you want to do on the field. And you go to Carson Park, you're playing there once a week, and it's usually every other week. So you might only get 4 or 5 times on that field, period. And it just has to be during the games. Well, now all of a sudden, like you talked about it, it's your home field. You do everything here. You practice here. You play your games here. They're so used to these surroundings. And so now when they do things, it's just a much more comfortable feel. And I go back to you talked about the 2 biggest plays probably that first half. Memorial scores their first touchdown on a 4th down play. It was like 4th and 3. They decided to go for it, and they find that deep seam route. That pass is good for a touchdown on 4th down. Huge to take the lead. And then you come back that last play of this first half where Hudson's trying to put 6 on the board right before half. And again, the Old A's come up with the big play and get that interception. So every time you look at what the big plays were, they all went Memorial's way.
Last year in game 1 between these two teams, played over on the Raiders' home turf, Hudson held a 28-20 lead at the break, and it was really anybody's game at that point. Hudson, though, 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, 2 touchdowns in the fourth. Raiders are in a little different position here. Now they trail, although they'll get the ball in the second half. What do you think we can expect from the Raiders offense?
Yeah, I think it goes back to simplicity, how they put that last drive together, last two drives really until that interception. They simplified their offense. They went very basic, the 4 run plays. They got into a hurry-up offense. That second one had to throw it, but I tell you what, that's not what they want to do. They really want to run the football. They're going to run their 4 plays. They're going to try to execute and stay out of the negative plays, stay ahead of the change, because they put together a really impressive drive when they had their one drive for the touchdown. I think they're just going to try to stick with that. And again, to Hudson's credit, we talked about last year, that second half, Hudson made the adjustments at halftime and really dominated the second half up there. So again, this year, you've got to look out for Hudson making those adjustments and what they'll do, and to see if Memorial can counter those to stay in this thing.
Shout out to all the folks here at Eau Claire Memorial who got this game going, all the game management staff, and how about the crowd that showed out? Hudson brought a lot of people. Raiders always travel well, but there's a lot of purple in this facility tonight.
There's going to be a couple thousand people at this game tonight. Yeah, I can't even remember Carson Park being this packed this early in the season. Again, goes back to the atmosphere of your own new stadium.
So Kellen Brown will kick it off for Memorial. Back deep for the Raiders, Peyton Pengel, flanked by a couple of his teammates as the upmen. Memorial leading Hudson by a score of 15-9. Remember, this is a Memorial team that last season won just once. That was a conference win at Wisconsin Rapids. Round the boot. Pengel backs up, take it at his own 6. Pengel up the middle. He's got good blocking, and he'll bring it across the 30-yard line. Ben Strayer in on the tackle for the Old Abes. So the Raiders, their first drive of the first half. If you're Cooper Adair, again, he's a second-year starter for this Hudson team. He threw 3 picks in the first half. You got to flush that as best you can.
Yeah, you sure do. And again, you got to put them in situations where they can run the football and then maybe come back with play action instead of making it such an obvious pass situation.
Raiders will hand it off to Pengel. He is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, what a nice play inside. I do believe that was Lauscher. Check that. Graham on the play. Stuffed it for no yards.
No gain for the Raiders. 2nd and 10 from the 31. They swing it far side. It's Ludwikowski on the tackle. Bringing that ball carrier down. Dane Burr on the reception for the Raiders.
Big play early here. 3rd down and about 5 for the Raiders. Oh, and the Old Abes are going to jump.
And the Abes jumped, and that's going to, not sure if that's going to give them the first down. At the very least, it'll bring up a 3rd in inches. And it is a first down.
Costly penalty right there for the Old Abes. Had a chance on 3rd and 5.
Burr split out wide to the left. Slot left, Brecken Christensen. They'll hand it on the sweep, but then they dish it back.
He kept it. He just faked that jet sweep that time. Real good ball fake right there. Quarterback keep inside, a little inside trap for the quarterback.
Not only fooled me with that, fooled me, and I had the binoculars out too.
Even on him.
Well, let's go.
That's good ball. That's good ball action
then,
right?
Let's go without binoculars here. Adair looking left. Pass. It may have been tipped, but now the Hudson Raiders have a big play down the far sideline, deep into Memorial territory, and now we get another penalty marker down.
Yeah, we'll have to see what this one is behind the play a little bit.
Dane Burr had the reception and the yards after catch.
Well, a typical first game here, folks. A lot of flags, and we do have a man injured. We'll have to take a look at that too, but no, that's the way to help Adele out there. You talked about, his passing and the circumstance in that first half. If you want to help him, do that right there. Just get those real quick hitters. Little spot pass on the perimeter, let the guy catch it and then do something with it instead of having to throw it down the field.
Well, the Trainers tend to the injured Memorial player. We'll take a timeout. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
The Ames player who is injured is the linebacker Nick Ludwikowski. He's getting attention on the sideline. There was a face mask penalty assessed at the end of that catch and run. So the Raiders have it on the Old Ames 19, 1st and 10. Opening drive, second half. Pengel bouncing it outside. Peyton Pengel down the sideline. He stepped out just inside the 10.
Ooh, what a nice jump cut on the perimeter, though. Left that Old Ames just flailing at the air. Good cut on the outside. Steps out of bounds, though, at about, looks like the 9-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 9. Again, the Raiders putting things together with a nice little drive here.
With Ludwikowski out, Jace Larson in at linebacker. Battle for
Turnover.
the football, and I think the Ames have it.
I am agreeing with you. I think the Old Ames fell on that one, or able to rip that one away.
Jacob Moretto got on
There
it,
it is.
and it's another turnover. And the Ames get a defensive stop again. 4th turnover for the Raiders.
This one very self-inflicted again against the Raiders. Just a snap that was not handled. That's the 3rd time tonight that has happened, and it's just absolutely blowing up a drive.
Great job by Moretto. It looked like Cooper Adair was going to be able to get on that one, but the ball kind of skidded, and Moretto just wrestled it away. 1st and 10, Ames from their own 23. Johnson trying to bounce it outside across the 25. Good gain on 1st down.
Absolutely. A nice pickup, about 4 right there. We talked about this in the second quarter. They've been able to get on to Raiders and make some movement and get that run game going a little bit.
Quick pass near side, complete. Zuliger trying to get outside. Jackson Zuliger doing a good job. They're going to give him forward progress.
3rd
out
and short,
to the
yeah.
33. So yeah, 3rd and short for the Old Ames.
Good job by Velchek on the perimeter there for the Old Ames in his blocking. Boy, they might have to measure this after all. It's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Head referee
He's
Dave
going to give it to him.
White eyeballs it and says 1st down Memorial. So the Ames move the chains. Now they'll have a 1st down from their own 28-yard line. Correction, 33-yard line. 9:41 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Memorial driving with the lead. Zach Johnson wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, was able to spin forward for a short gain.
Yeah, good penetration right there by the Raiders. He was actually tackled about 1 or 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and they spun him forward for no gain.
Liam Mayer credited with the tackle, no gain. Holmberg deep and complete. Caught. Jackson Zuliger, 1st down, Memorial.
Boy, I tell you what, Holmberg is just laying that ball exactly where he needs to. Very well covered, actually, but the pass just freed him up and laid it in there nicely.
Ames have a player needing some attention behind the play. Based on what we're seeing, it looks like cramping. So while they attend to him, we'll tell you that Security Financial Bank, SFB, whether you are starting a business, buying your first home, or saving for college, SFB has the bankers who believe in you. Learn more today at sfbank.com, member FDIC. Let's go back to the quarterback, Marcus Holmberg. The touch he has shown, and he's got good arm strength, and boy, does he throw a tight spiral.
Yeah, ever since that first quarter when he threw that pick, all of a sudden, about second quarter on, he had just been dialed in. He is getting rid of the football when he needs to. He's just finding his guys. And they're not open by a lot. He's simply laying it in there where those guys can catch it in traffic and then do something with it.
And Strayer and Zuliger have run some really nice routes. That was just one of those seam routes.
Yeah.
And he got settled in behind the backers and in front of the defensive backs and caught it in stride.
Yeah, again, all about the timing, getting his feet back and getting set and getting rid of the football when he needs to, not holding on to it. You throw that before that guy really gets himself open. You're kind of throwing him open. You know where he's got to get to. You get rid of the football and let him go get it. And, again, that seam route, that's the one that scored on fourth down there late in the first quarter, same similar route. So they came back to it for the big play there. I do believe this is Silas Bonner. Yeah, Silas Bonner cramping up. Saw him during the second quarter trying to work on that calf. This might be an issue with some of the big boys for Memorial. They're not real deep there. A lot of them are going two ways.
Bonner did not play in the scrimmage. And as it was with a couple of his teammates, coach is saying, well, if this were a game week, you'd probably get out there, but we need these guys for the long haul. 1st and 10, Old Abe's from the Raiders 29. Johnson dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Jack Hatfield with the penetration.
Well, yeah, pick a number there. Raiders just said it's enough of that. We're coming with a run blitz. And they sold the house, and they guessed the right side, and they just blew that up.
Loss of 7. Holmberg fields the snap. Now he's in trouble. Holmberg will keep it. Takes a big hit. Boy, Chase Johnson, 6'4", 245, moves well for a big guy. He was putting the heat on Holmberg from behind.
Yeah, he was able to chase him down. Like you said, big guy chasing after you. You better run for your life.
3rd and 15, Old Abe's. Could be 4-down territory for Memorial, but as you pointed out earlier, Sparks, a lot depends on down and distance. Pressure coming.
Got some good yardage.
Got running room. Marcus Holmberg to the outside, and it'll bring up an interesting play call here for the Old A's.
Yeah, you easily go for it now after that big pickup there from Holmberg, tucking it and getting a good yardage. Now you go for it.
It'll be 4th and 6. Line of scrimmage is the 25. Raiders showing blitz. And now we get a timeout.
Delay a game, actually.
Well, penalty marker. I thought I saw Hudson coach signaling for a timeout, but you're right, Sparks. Delay a game. Another mental mistake there for the A's.
Yeah, you don't see that very often with this Old Abe offense as fast as it wants to move. I don't know if they were trying to take a look at what the defense was doing and maybe get them to jump. Now it kind of leaves it a little tougher now with 4th and 11.
In motion, Johnson. Pass batted down. So the Raiders defense holds after that big pass play from Holmberg to check that Zuliger. And the Hudson Raiders will take over on offense. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 30 with 8:07 to go.
Yeah, that first down defensive call where they came at the house with that little run blitz. And again, they were able to get that play in because of the injury timeout for the Old Abe's. That's something usually in a fast-paced offense, it's hard to get those blitzes called in and to get them executed. But obviously with the delay in the action, they were able to get that call in, and that was a huge play there. Loss of 7 created that whole situation.
Adair bounces it outside. Cooper Adair.
Look out.
Across the 35, taken out of bounds right around the 40.
Wow, what a run by Adair. That one should have probably been about a 2-yard loss, but he was able to shake some tackles and picks up 9.
You list him as 6'3", 180. He's a really good athlete, and he had a little shimmy that time, too.
Actually enough for a first down for the Raiders.
Adair will pitch it to Peyton Pengel to the far side, and the Abes able to string that one out.
Yeah, real good inside-out pursuit. Only a pickup of 2 on that one.
Ben Strayer was there on defense, so was Mason Lauscher. Gain of 2 to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Raiders. Another high snap. Adair able to get that down. That ball's loose. Big pile up.
Boy, it'll be interesting to see who comes out of there with this one.
They're probably still wrestling for it
Yeah,
at the bottom of the
that could change hands a few times underneath there. Well, it looks like the old A's might have it. Hudson's walking off.
And it's a turnover, and the old A's get it back.
Looks like Lauscher came up with it. Wow, 5 turnovers already for the Hudson Raiders.
We'll see if the Abes decide to take a shot here after that sudden change.
Boy,
and a 5th turnover.
I like your thinking there, Brado. I like your thinking. Yeah, you're right. After a turnover, you get that quick change like that. You go up top to see if you can get them on their heels.
Holmberg, under pressure, he'll throw it away.
Yeah, he wanted to go up. Didn't have the time, though. I had to scramble out of the pocket.
They had Strayer running a deep post. Zuliger was running down the far sideline beyond the sticks, but it was the D-line of Hudson that blew that play up. 2nd and 10 now for the Abes from the Raiders 46. Holmberg quick out, caught by Zuliger, and he's dropped immediately. Benjamin England. And Zuliger a little slow to get up.
Yeah, England, great job out of the secondary to see that play being developed. Closed quickly on that one. Good clean hit, too.
We will take a quick timeout. Back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Jackson Zuliger getting a nice hand as he comes off the field.
Yeah, it looks like with that hit right there, just kind of knocked the wind out of him. He should be all right.
So 3rd and 12 for Memorial. Trying to capitalize on the 5th turnover by the Raiders. Holmberg under pressure, throws, caught near sideline. Vilcek gets a lot of that yardage back. It'll bring up 4th and short for Memorial.
And on the old Abes, they're going for it. 4th and 3, but you're on the 38, 39-yard line. They're going to go for it again.
They'll send Lauscher in. Zach Johnson comes out.
Look for a quick hitter again, just past the sticks.
They hand it off to Lauscher. Very little running room. He's pushing forward.
He won't get it, though.
All depends on the spot, and he's going to come up about a yard short.
Yeah, they tried to go with the bigger back on the inside draw right there, but the Raiders were able to sniff that one out with a big play. They hold. So that turnover does not hurt them.
So for the 2nd time this quarter, the Abes stopped on 4th down, and now we've got another Memorial player down. We will step aside for 30 seconds. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Mason Lauscher, the injured Old Abe's player, he was stopped short on that fourth down carry. That also takes him out of the defensive line. Hudson, Cooper Adair lofts one deep down the sideline, wide open. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Hudson Raiders. 61-yard pitch and catch, and Hudson has the lead.
How about that? Fast strike. We talked about a turnover and going deep, and it's exactly what Hudson did. They get the stop and go up top, and that was definitely a secondary breakdown as he was running about 10 or 15 yards deeper than any D-back for Memorial. Actually had to wait for the ball to come to him. So the Hudson Raiders come up with the big play.
Cooper Adair to Dane Burr, 61 yards. Yeah, we talk about those quick changes, taking a shot. Now the Raiders for the extra point and the lead. Kick on the way, and it is good. Hudson Raiders now on top, 16-15. 6:04 to go in the third quarter. Old Abe's will get the football when we return. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Your business security not so secure? It's time to send an SOS to SOS Security in Eau Claire. With SOS's total business control system, you can lock doors, turn off lights, control thermostats, and more, all from the convenience of your smartphone. Contact us today and we'll design and install a custom business automation system for you. We'll even give you $100 off a new or upgraded system. From concept to completion, your business is secure with SOS Security.
Hudson has the lead thanks to a 61-yard touchdown pass. Cooper Adair to Dane Burr, and then the PAT by Keegan Holden. 16-15 Raiders. Still plenty of time to go in this one. 6:04 left in the third. Holden will kick it off for the Raiders. And that ball is going to sail out of bounds, so a break for the Old Abe's as they will cash in on that penalty and get decent field position to start this drive. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Abe's will have it at their own 35, trailing by a point.
Old Abe offense looking to answer on this drive.
Holmberg to the near sideline. Zuliger's got it. Had the 40-yard line, and then he tried to juke a guy, and he wound up losing a yard. Now the Raiders have a player down. Slow to get to his feet, so we'll get a bit of a delay here.
I think that was actually Ben Strayer, wasn't it, Brett, on the catch?
You're right, Sparks. 36 Strayer. So while they tend to the Hudson player, we'll take another timeout. Back at 30 seconds. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup. And Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Josiah Wilson, the Hudson player, will walk to the sideline on his own power. An apparent cramp. So the Raiders down a starter here. Handoff, Zach Johnson bounces it to the outside. Johnson pushing forward. Was wrapped up that time by Jack Dumont, but still good positive yardage there to bring up a third and short.
Yeah, he was able to shake off two of those guys back there about the line of scrimmage in order to pick up another 5. He's got 3rd and 1 now.
Johnson will try the right side, and the Raiders string that one out.
Excellent job by the Raiders to bounce that one to the perimeter, and he loses 3 yards. So this is going to be 4th and 4. The decision for the Old Abes here.
Based on the reaction from the Memorial coaches on the sideline, you wonder, was that, one of those read options that the quarterback didn't quite get the right read, or was that designed to go one way
inside,
and Johnson tried to bounce it out? Whatever the case.
Yeah, they didn't get what they wanted, that's for sure.
Good to see Mason Lauscher, 99, back in the field for the Old Abes. So Memorial in punt formation. And the Abes will have to burn a timeout. And with that, we'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Be ready for your season with Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Play It Again Sports is just down the road, south of the 5393 intersection in Eau Claire. Just tell them you saw this commercial on Zaleski Sports and get $5 off any $50 order and $10 when you spend $100. Play It Again Sports, buy, sell, trade, and be ready for your season.
Eau Claire Memorial trailing Hudson 16-15. This has been a close game from the get-go. Raiders open the scoring with a safety. Old Abes answered with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, led 8-2. Hudson tied it with the TD, took the lead on a PAT. Memorial came back with a touchdown and PAT of its own to lead 15-9 at the break. And the Old Abes punt that one away, no return for the Raiders. So Hudson will take over in its own territory with 4:39 to go in the third quarter. And the Raiders on top by a point, 16-15.
Well, the Raiders' offense has really started to click, to be honest, about the second quarter. They've been moving the football, but every time they've self-destructed, it's always been by their doing. Whether that be that interception that was ill-advised or they mishandled a snap, and they've done a couple of those tonight. But, boy, when they take care of the football, they have moved the football and scored.
Adair will keep it. Cooper Adair is going to bounce it outside. Adair to the 50. Still on his feet. Spins his way and dives to the 35-yard line.
That gets the Hudson fans on their feet. Best run of the night.
Logan Murtha, number 13, a nice block downfield and a good job to not hold and not block from behind to negate that great run by Cooper Adair. 1st and 10 Raiders from the Old Abes 35. Hudson looking to extend its lead. He'll pitch it to Pengel. Peyton Pengel's got the first down, and he's escorted out of bounds, but a gainer down to the 18-yard line, and Hudson's starting to get some chunk plays now.
Yeah, some real good blocking on the perimeter that you've got to have the edge taken care of when you toss that sweep out there, and they did an excellent job.
Pengel taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's Mason Lauscher on the tackle.
Good to have him back in there. He was nicked up a little earlier. It's
a short loss of yardage for the Raiders, so call it 2nd and 11. Adair will keep it. He's taken down just inside the 15-yard line.
Schultz on the tackle there on the interior. Good job of reading that one. So it's going to make it 3rd and 5 or 6 here.
Adair will toss it to the far side. He's got Dane Burr for a short gain, close to first down yardage.
Yeah, this is going to bring 4th and about a yard, as he was able to shake off 2 tacklers to pick up something positive out of that. Big play right here for the Hudson Raiders.
Movement up front. Adair wanted the penalty. He's not going to get it.
You're right. That was just designed to draw the offsides. Now they'll burn a timeout.
We will take a timeout as well. Back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
We are back at Eau Claire Memorial High School. Hudson driving, looking at a 4th and 2. The football is on the Memorial 10-yard line. Raiders lining up to go for it. Abes have made some big defensive plays in this ball game. Adair hands it off to Peyton Pingle, who pushes his way forward inside the 5. First down Raiders.
Yeah, good surge up front from that Hudson Raider offensive line. Like you said, just a straight give inside, able to pick it up plus a couple more.
First and goal, Hudson.
Same
Pingle
play
again, straight up the middle for a Hudson Raiders touchdown. And Hudson extends its lead. It's now 22-15.
Interesting call here. I think they're going to go for 1, but I would almost go for 2 here. Makes it a 2-possession game. Because right now you're sitting at 7. You kick the extra point, it's 8. You go for 2, you're a 9-point lead.
Yeah,
and it's 2 possessions.
I'm kind of thinking with you. Although in this case, you force the Apes to score a touchdown
and
go
get a
for
2.
2. Snap is down, kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. PAT by Keegan Holden. 2 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the third. Hudson now leads Memorial 23-15. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Be a part of a Marshfield tradition at Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Start each morning with a potato or buttermilk pancake breakfast and shop over 125 handmade arts and craft vendors. Also, make sure to check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court with maple specialties, beer garden, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Meryl. Don't miss the 33rd Annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Learn more at visitmarshfield.com and follow us on Facebook.
Hudson now leads Eau Claire Memorial 23-15. The Abes had the advantage at the break, 15-9, but a pair of touchdowns for Hudson. Long pass play, Cooper Adair to Dane Burr, and then a 4-yard touchdown run by Peyton Pingle. PAT by Holden, good in both cases. So it's 23-15. Still lots of time remaining. 2:31 in this quarter. Abes on the return, taking it straight up the middle, Jake Locken. Abes will start this drive at their own 25. Update from Menominee. Hometown Mustangs leading Eau Claire North 46-26 as they play in the third. We'll be at Eau Claire North next week when the Huskies host defending Big Rivers Conference champion New Richmond. Now we got a Hudson player down.
Not for long.
Not for long, yeah. Getting to
off.
his feet. Heading out is Jack Hatfield. Key player on that Raiders defense.
Well, we talked a lot here about Hudson and their halftime and how they make adjustments and will come out the second half with those adjustments. And sure enough, in 2 possessions now, they've scored to take the lead and get up 8. This is where Memorial has to do something offensively and move the football to try to get some points on the board. They don't want to fall behind by 2 scores.
Holmberg, deep ball.
And that'll be a flag or
hold. Penalty
hold.
mark thrown as Ben Strayer ran right past that Hudson defensive back who had no other option other than to grab a fistful of jersey.
Yeah, Strayer's done all these hookup routes, hook up at the sticks and hook up at about 5, hook up at 7. All of a sudden that time it was a little hook and go, and he just reached out and grabbed him because he knew he was beat. But that's the one thing about high school football. You can go ahead and do that because it's only a 15-yard penalty rather than where the ball was called, where the foul was called. So as a D-back, you just reach out and grab if you have to.
It's Gilbert Asembo, the corner on that side. Yeah, he did the right thing, Sparks.
Yeah, actually it's only a 10-yard penalty, so even more reason to go ahead.
Strayer did that hitch and go, and that looked like it was going to be 6 going the other way. First down, Abe's. Holmberg to the far side, caught over there by Vilcek. Taken down across the 40.
Good timing again. Vilcek hooking up, ball's in the air. Good pick up there, about 5 or 6.
Second and 4 for the Abe's. Low snap. Caught. Zuliger knocked out of his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, really nice play that time.
Benjamin England again coming up with a big play for Hudson.
Yeah, you've called his name several times. You talked about it, coming up with big plays out of that safety position.
Big play coming up here for the Old Abe's. 3rd and 4.
Raiders coming with pressure.
Holmberg to the far side. It's caught. Vilcek, first down.
Old Abe's take advantage of the one-on-one coverage on the secondary right there on that sideline, and they hook up and get the first down. Get rid of it before the pressure gets there.
Good pass delivered by Holmberg, and Vilcek running a nice route on that far sideline. And another Hudson player down over there. But they're able to get him off the playing surface. But we'll have another delay, so we will take a 30-second timeout. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
First down, Eau Claire Memorial. Abe's have it at their own 49. 1:45 remaining in the third quarter. Marcus Holmberg is going to step up in the pocket. He's got running room. Holmberg evades one tackler and takes it out of bounds. Good gain there for the Abe's on first down.
Yeah, he's making real smart decisions right now. That was a great job of stepping up in the pocket, not forcing it downfield. Go ahead and take that run and pick up 7.
Holmberg hands it off. Some hard running up the middle that time by Zach Johnson. It'll make it 3rd and short. Menominee has extended its lead on Eau Claire North, 54-26. Holmberg to the near side. He's got Strayer. Strayer taken down just short of the 35-yard line.
Another first down for the Old Abe's, though.
Boy, the rhythm when Holmberg's got time, can set his feet. Those short passes Those work really well. They're hard to defend. Holmberg now will take a shot down the sideline. Caught! Ben Strayer!
Well, a quick 3-step drop, get rid of it and throw it in that little hole right there. A great catch by Strayer. You talked about it, Brado. When he can just sit in the pocket, not have to scramble, he's got that time to find a guy. He's going to put it on the money.
And Strayer found that extra gear to run underneath that one. Abe's going quickly.
They're going to have a penalty,
Johnson inside the 5, but the penalty marker thrown by the referee. And that is very likely coming back.
It is. Unfortunately, the Old A's were down a man, tried to run him on, but they ran the play at the same time. So had illegal participation right there. Tough break for the Old Abes. Had a good run play on that one, too.
And again, they wanted to get that tempo, and when you get a big gainer like you did, Raiders had to hustle to get back in position defensively, and the Abes are snapping the ball. But instead of first and goal from inside the 5, or check that, it'll be second and goal, Abes will be backed up here. Still in good field position, and we've got 56 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So first and goal, Memorial from the 15. Holmberg throwing it to the corner. Caught!
Money.
Touchdown,
Wow.
Ben Strayer.
Run that little flag route from the inside receiver. That corner of the end zone's wide open. He drops it in there. And again, Strayer with the perfect route and catches it. That is just hard to defend. Great execution right there by the Old Abes.
I love that route too, Sparks, because they had the wide guy running a post. Strayer ran a corner route. He was open.
Yeah, you're clearing out all that space.
Right,
yeah, you got
there.
that inside receiver's got all that room to operate then.
So now the Abes
They
down
go
by
for
2.
two.
Holmberg jukes a defender. Holmberg!
Oh, just short.
Taken down inside the 1. Abes want it, but they're not going to get it.
Yeah, he booted out of there, but did not have a receiver come back to help him. So he tried to run it in, was a half-yard short.
So your score, Hudson 23, Eau Claire Memorial 21. We'll keep it right here with just 48 seconds remaining before the quarter. Sparks, I tell you, we were entertained. First game of the year, you really never know what you're going to get. This has been an entertaining ball game.
And we didn't know what Memorial was going to have. You know, they lost all their skilled players, right? They lost their top 3 receivers. They lost their starting quarterback. They lost their starting running back. Their whole, backfield was gone. They didn't have anybody back. All these newcomers coming in, new faces, new names, new numbers. They did have the offensive line with experience, and that's what's paid off tonight. They've given Holmberg that time to find those receivers. But again, he's just spreading it out. Holmberg's not keying on 1 or 2 receivers. He's getting rid of the football to who needs to get the football, and he's getting it out, and they're making great plays.
And one thing to point out, too, Aaron Gunlock, who was the quarterback for most of last season, got moved to wide receiver, has a finger injury, so they're going to keep him out these first 2 weeks. You bring him back, and all of a sudden that just adds to your options offensively.
And again, just gives you that depth, exactly. Just especially when you got some of those receivers going both ways. So you just want to add depth to that receiver core. Boy, they've just really stepped up tonight, done a nice job.
So Kellen Brown will kick it off for Memorial. As you said, Sparks, they were a half yard away from tying this on a 2-point conversion run by Marcus Holmberg. And still, 1 full quarter plus 48 seconds remaining in regulation here, and we got ourselves a 2-point ball game. Kellen Brown with the boot. Raiders on the return. It's Healy, and he's got a lot of room. He's yanked down as he crosses the 40.
Good run right there by Healy, taking it up the middle. Good field position to start with here. Be about the 41-yard line for the Raiders.
39 seconds remaining, and now we got an Abes player who might need some assistance. You know, coaches talk all the time, you know, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And there's something, though, when you get in a game situation, you're running at game speed. And it was a warm day, and you're playing on the turf, and the sun was shining brightly during all your pregame warm-ups. And
yeah, it's hard to replicate. Right? I mean, you could try to do things in practice. You can try to go quick. You can try to do, you know, fast and periods and stuff to try to mimic this, but you just can't. It's game night. It's that game speed. It's running 60, 70, 80 snaps, which you just don't do in practice. And the Old Abes, this is what we were a little bit concerned about, was their depth, their lack of interior depth, and especially, you know, a lot of those guys are going both ways, and if all of a sudden they start to cramp up or get a little fatigued, that's going to hurt them here in the fourth quarter. So again, they've got to make sure they're getting the rest when they can get it and get in the water.
And that's Kellen Brown, the kicker, and this is a situation I think the Abes are going to want to keep an eye on. Hudson football, 1st and 10 from its own 41. Adair on the keeper.
Blowing up in the back.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Great penetration by the Old Abes. It was the sophomore linebacker, Abbott Jepson, leading the way.
Yeah, Jepson knifing in there. Blew that up in a hurry. Loretto also a little help.
It's a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 Raiders. Adair with time. Evades one would-be tackler. Now he's going to cut it to the far side.
He's got room on the far side.
All kinds of running room. Cooper Adair taken down inside the 40. Boy, he ran about 50 yards there.
Yeah,
and with that, it's going to be the end of the third quarter. Boy, he's a losing
just great cutback right there, great vision. But you're right, what a way to end that third quarter. The big play for the Hudson Raiders.
So we're setting up for a fantastic finish here. After 3 complete, Hudson Raiders 23, Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes 21. You are watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Hudson Raiders 23, Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes 21. Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger watching a good one here at Eau Claire Memorial's new football complex. The Raiders' drive will continue. They're looking at a first down from the Old Abes 37. Adair runs option. The pitch to Pengel. Pengel inside the 30.
Well, that's been a nice play for them. All you got to do is kind of pull that out, reads that end, just that one guy he's got to look at and draw him, and then he pitches it wide. They've got good block in the perimeter, and about every time they've run that, if he gets a good pitch to him, they've picked up 8, 9, or 10 on that play.
2nd and short for the Raiders. Early stages, fourth quarter. They've got the ball in a 2-point lead. Adair under pressure. Gets away and taken out of bounds, but he'll have the first down.
I'll tell you what, Brad, I think O'Dare's just decided to take this game over. You know, he's just like, give me the football and I'll make the right decisions now. And he is scrambling when he needs to scramble. He's picking up yards. He's making good pitches on that option when he has to get rid of it. And again, that deep pass for that 61-yard touchdown was right on the money. He just kind of decided that he better take over.
Handoff, Pengel.
Missed tackle.
Through one tackle. Peyton Pengel down the sideline into the end zone for a Hudson Raiders touchdown.
Boy, we haven't said that much tonight as far as a missed tackle, but the Old Abe's had him right there in the hole, but he misses the tackle, and he busts it loose and springs it for a touchdown. That is now the third touchdown here in the second half for the Hudson Raiders.
So Hudson extends its lead. It's 29-21.
Big extra point right here. This could extend it to 9, make it a two-score game.
Keegan Holden on for the PAT. Spot is good. Kick is also good. Hudson Raiders lead it by a score of 30-21. We'll step aside. Back with the remainder of the fourth quarter right after this. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Peyton Pingle's 22-yard touchdown run, the PAT, by Keegan Holden. Hudson has extended its lead now. It's 30-21. Raiders did trail at halftime by a score of 15-9. Goes without saying here, Spargs, the Memorial Old A's will be looking for a response on their next offensive possession.
Yeah, they were able to last time. They responded real well. They had to drive the football down and put it in. They've just now got to do it again in order to keep up with them.
It's a short kick. Habes mishandle it, and they'll have to get on top of it at their own 16-yard line. So suboptimal, as the kids would say.
Yeah, if he picks that cleanly, he's probably going to get it out there to the 25 or 30 because it was a short kick.
Well, again, if you're the Old Habes, you have to just kind of forget about everything that's happened up to this point that's gone against you and just focus on, all right, let's get a drive here, and let's get some points, and let's get ourselves right back into this game. Holmberg to the near sideline. He's got Ben Strayer. He'll give Strayer forward progress just beyond the 20-yard line.
Yeah, pick up about 6 on that out again, the quick one, maybe 5.
I think they can just throw those little hitches as much as they want, and who knows, they might be trying to set up a hitch and go. They tried to that time.
And they're going to get the interference there again, yep. Collision by the D-back there for Hudson as he turned it back up.
That's exactly what they did. I wasn't sure they're going to do it on the ensuing play, but
you had it right. Yep, that's it. You keep running those quick hitches, and then all of a sudden they start to bite on them, and you just run past them. And it's hard for those D-backs to keep backpedaling and always getting beat up on those inside hitches for 5 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards. You're like, all right, I'm going to pick one of these. I'm going to jump this route. And as soon as they jump that route, he's going by you for a deep one.
First down, Old A's. The line of scrimmage will be their own 31. Plenty of time, 10:43 remaining. Holmberg to the far side. Caught there. Velchek on the catch. Gain of about 3 yards.
Runs right into England again.
England on the tackle for the
Holmberg
Raiders.
scrambling. He's going to run it. Taken down around the 40. That'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, Holmberg, he's not a real big guy, but boy, he can show his athleticism right there when he gets outside the pocket. Again, a great run to make this 3rd and 1.
Habes will throw near sideline, caught, first down.
Had their choice there on that short side of the field, the quick hitch. Both those receivers just hitch up to about 5 yards.
Carter Jager on the reception, his first catch of this football game. Holmberg under pressure.
And in trouble. He lost the football.
Down. The ball is loose. Who's got it?
This could be a big turnover if the Raiders come up with it.
Yeah, it looks like the Old Abes have recovered.
Oh, they did. They survived that one. Well, that is the first time Holgren's felt pressure and then not tucked it up. Just didn't protect the football that time, so the Old Abes were lucky to recover that.
Jake Graham, the left guard, helping out his QB there, getting on that football. Abes will maintain possession, but it's a big loss to bring up a 2nd and 19. Don't have to get it back in one big chunk. Holmberg throws near sideline, incomplete. Wanted Zuliger.
Yeah, a little tougher now with those out routes because now you're going about 8 to 10 yards to run that out instead of those quick 5. And it takes a little longer to get there. Those outside linebackers are trying to cut underneath things. The D-backs are settling in.
And the other part, the Hudson D-line is not thinking run at all. They're in full pass rush mode. Holmberg sets, throws, intercepted. Intercepted on the far side. Gilbert Asembo.
Well, that time the Old Abe receiver started to come back but didn't continue. He stopped his feet and waited for the ball. And you guessed it, that D-back just ran right through the receiver to the ball, picked it, a big pick right there for the Raiders.
So with 9:24 to go, Raiders take over in Memorial territory and leading 30-21. Line of scrimmage will be the 35.
Well, for the Old Abes, that's only their 2nd turnover tonight, but the Raiders have five turnovers, and they're still leading 30-21. Oh, some confusion in the backfield there.
Trying to make something out of nothing, and he is dropped. Lauscher in on the tackle. He had some help as well.
Yeah,
Jace Larson in there as well.
There was a total confusion in the backfield that time with the handoff or coming the other way. Those two backs were not on the same page in a big collision. And one of them actually got to come off after that. So a big loss of 5 yards there on first down. Old Abes have to come up with a stop here. Raiders looking for that final dagger.
Peyton Pingle on the sideline. Adair will keep. Bumped out of bounds. Jacob Moretto helping to escort Cooper Adair out of bounds. That's good for the Old Abes because it stops the clock with 8:38 to go. Correction, it was 8 Ryan Schultz, not 6 Moretto.
Yeah, he said string it out. Good job right there to make it 3rd and 16, and the clock stops.
Pingle back in the ball game for the Raiders. He is set up to the left of the quarterback, Cooper Adair.
And a delay a game here.
And that's going to move the Raiders back, and that will undoubtedly change this play call.
Interesting. They were trying to run a play right there and see if they could jump off sides, and they were calling another play, and they weren't even close to getting that one in. So a costly penalty right there against the Raiders.
3rd and 21 now for Hudson.
I think you put that down as one of those first game mistakes again. Things you'll learn from game 1 to game 2.
High snap. Adair hands it off to Pingle. Penalty marker down. Peyton Pingle still on his feet.
Big runs.
Pingle moving the feet. Runs through a tackle, finally taken down after a huge gain.
Let's see what the flag is here, Brado. It's at the line of scrimmage. I got a feeling it's against the Raiders.
Yeah, looking at the reaction of Cooper Adair. Procedure on the Raiders.
And I got a feeling it was some sort of they lined up incorrectly, had too many guys in the backfield or something with their formation. Because he was talking to the coach and pointing across like he wasn't on the line of scrimmage, or he was, and it was just something wasn't right about the formation because he threw the flag as soon as that ball was snapped.
And you can definitely file that one under first game mistakes.
Yeah, and that's costly. What a run right there, like you said, from Pringle, and he went all the way down to what about the 10-yard line right there.
After that, Pingle will check out. 3rd and a mile for the Raiders. They will have to get to the Memorial 26-yard line for a first down. Adair rolling. Sets, throws deep down the sideline. He's got a man, deflected, incomplete. Raiders had 2 guys there, and I think that underneath receiver actually deflected it away.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if he doesn't touch it and it goes deeper, you're actually going to get an interference call. But because it came to the shorter receiver and he went up to got it, it took away that interference call.
Yet Brecken Christensen, number 8, who goes 5'7", 150, and Delani Oresso, number 84, goes 6'3", 170.
And they were definitely looking for the 6'3" on that high throw.
So as it is, 4th and 26 for the Raiders.
Well, the old Abes get that big stop they needed.
Murtha is the punter. Back deep is Locken, standing inside his own 20. No rush. Murtha gets the punt away. Locken will just let that one skip down the sideline. It goes out of bounds at the 14-yard line. So Eau Claire Memorial will have the football, 8:09 remaining.
Real nice punt that time by the Raiders. He was able to keep that one in play and then roll it out of bounds. His last couple have been going all the way to the end zone. So this time he pins the Old Babes back a little bit further down. Start out their own 14, maybe the 15.
Well, I'll repeat what I said the last time the Abes had the ball. You don't have to get it back in one big chunk, but you need to start stringing some first downs together.
Yeah, they've shown they can score quickly, right? Before the end of the half, they scored with about 3 minutes or 4 minutes. So if they can just do that again, they'll be just fine.
I think you want the 2-minute offense, not necessarily the 4-minute offense. Holmberg in trouble, and he's dropped. Great penetration up front by the Raiders.
Yeah, great job of keeping him in the pocket, too, that time. He's been able to scramble out of those situations and pick up yardage. That time, the Raiders' front 4 was able to keep him pinned in.
Chase Johnson had him around the ankle and would not let go. Big loss for the Abes. It's a loss of 7, 2nd and 17. Holmberg from his own end zone throws far side complete.
Good little pickup right there, about 6 or 7 on that one.
Velchek on the reception. So they get some of that yardage back. Correction, that was Jager, number 4, not 14, Velchek. Holmberg throws complete.
He'll be short, picked up some after the catch. Good job by the Raiders to hustle up and get that tackle.
Zuliger on the reception. 4th and short for the Old Abes, and I think you got to go here. Down by 9, a little over 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's been their mentality all game is to go for it, and here they go.
Holmberg under pressure, throws, intercepted. Intercepted by the Hudson Raiders.
Yeah, he got hit as he was trying to throw it. Had nothing to lose. He had to get rid of it on 4th down.
Isaac Ellebecker.
Yes, Ellenbecker
with the pick. The senior coming in with a big interception there.
You know what? It doesn't really matter because they would have lost it on downs anyways. So Holmberg trying to make something happen. It gets picked. But again, 4th down, you got to try to make something happen. The Raiders were up for the task. Big turnover there.
Now a Raiders score here would really make it difficult on the Old Abes, who definitely played their hearts out tonight.
Yeah, look for the Raiders. Look for the Raiders to keep this on the ground and really try to chew up some clock and punch one in late.
Handoff Pingle.
Right
Good yardage up the middle. Peyton Pingle takes it down to around the 15-yard line.
Exactly what you want on 1st down right now. You pick up 8 on that one. Makes it 2nd and 2. You can chew up some time.
Kane Lyons in on the tackle. Lyons now will come out. Jack Graham will take his spot. Adair in no particular hurry. Hudson will use as much time as they possibly can. Pingle. Bouncing it outside. Peyton Pingle inside the 5.
Boy, he has really looked good this second half. He has busted off some big runs. A little quiet in the first half, but boy, has he made up for it.
So first and goal, Raiders. Clock will stop with 6:05 remaining.
Official whistle in this one down for an equipment thing, I do believe.
Be a mouth guard situation, but Pingle assures the ref that everything is good to go. So the Raiders line it up from the Old Abe's 2. And with that, we're going to get a timeout taken by the Hudson Raiders. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Old Abe's defense up against it. Hudson, first and goal from the 2, 5:51 to go, fourth quarter. Abe's D has played its hearts out tonight, but a Hudson score here could get the Raiders a lot closer to their first win of the season, and the quarterback, Cooper Adair, takes it on the keeper. Hudson touchdown makes it 36-21.
Yeah, the Raiders just came out a little power formation right there. He takes the quarterback snap and just follows them right into the end zone. Easily picks up those 2 yards. So like you said, Brado, very tough hill to climb now with only 5:48.
Hudson will go for the PAT, so what the Abes are going to be looking at is they're going to need 2 touchdowns and a couple 2-point conversions. High snap, but the kick is up and good by Holden. Credit to Adair, the holder that time, for pulling that one down. 5:48 remaining, fourth quarter. Hudson now leads 37-21. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office, and they take most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they are changing lives one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. Time is of the essence for the Old Abes. Here in their first ever varsity game at this new football complex right on campus. Which Sparks, much as we love Carson Park and all the history there, we're going to give this place a big thumbs up.
Absolutely. Well done. Just great to have all that Old Abe pride showing on the sideline, on the field, and in the stands.
So Holden to kick it off. It's a good kick. It's going to sail into the end zone. So the Old Abes will have a lot of yardage to navigate. They've got 5:48. 2 timeouts left. And we've seen Memorial do a good job of working the sideline, so they can use that to stop the clock. But as we said, they're going to need 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions.
Yeah, and the other thing now is that Raider defense can, especially the front four, can really put their ears back and just go. They've done a better job of containing Holmberg in the pocket, kind of collapsing the pocket around him, not giving him a chance to run on the perimeter as much as they did the first half. You can see already the Raiders have loosened up their defense. Linebackers backed up secondary.
Completed pass. Zuliger taken out of bounds. Clock will stop. Siegler on the tackle for the Raiders, 2nd and short. Abe's will throw near side. It's a completed pass. Zuliger turned it back, but he did. They're going to stop the clock to reset the chains.
Yeah, he got the first down, so that's the good thing. At least the clock stops there. Otherwise, it would have been wiser just to step out of bounds.
Chains will move. Old Abe's. Holmberg throwing the hitch. And just too much traffic for Zuliger to get loose.
Yeah, the Raiders are starting to double up now. They're starting to jump those routes underneath. They're getting a guy over the top and one underneath. So they're trying to gamble a little bit on some of those under routes, see if they can pick it. They're walking off those DNs or taking those inside linebackers and walking them wider.
And again, if you're the Abes, you can work the middle. If you get first downs, hustle to the line. The clock will stop to reset the chains.
Yeah, the Old Apes just have not threatened over the middle with anything with the inside linebackers. So no, those inside linebackers are just flying out of there trying to undercut those routes on the perimeter.
Linebacker Jack Hatfield getting Holmberg out of bounds. 2nd and 8 for Memorial.
Good
Holmberg
pressure.
Under pressure. He gets away from one man and then gets stacked up after crossing the 30. Boy, Chase Johnson had Holmberg just lined up, and somehow Holmberg spun away from him. But still, it's all that effort to just get back to the line of scrimmage. So now,
and you're not going to shake Liam
8.
Mayer, are you?
Nope.
He has done an outstanding job tonight at that inside linebacker position.
Yeah, Mayer and Hatfield, boy, they got
flying around.
Really good linebackers there. And you throw in England on the back end, and solid defense for Hudson. Abe's
and they shanked one on the side there.
Punted away, and
it's going to be about a net of about 3 yards, maybe 4.
Abe's are trying to catch Hudson off guard, and it just went off the side of the foot of Zach Johnson. So the hill is getting much steeper for the Old Abes, who now have to go back on defense, trailing 37-21 with 4:31 remaining in this fourth quarter. And Hudson very much in the driver's seat.
Yeah, Hudson's got this in hand now. They're just going to sit there and run their plays, run the football, keep it on the ground, run that clock.
Right up the middle, Cooper Adair. He's got first down yardage and more.
Adair and Pringles, great job tonight running the football. Good patience right there by Adair.
Pingle was out on that play, and it was 26, Caleb Blaukamp, another senior running back, in. They faked the handoff. And
what Adair just came off, too. Now in is Grant Bjerke.
Well, and like you talked about, Sparks, this is part of the reason this Hudson program has been so strong consistently. They're able to work a lot of their twos and in some cases their threes into the ball game late in action. There's Blaukamp taking it inside the 5.
And Adele just had that big run, went all the way down. They're like, all right, we're good. You know, he had to pick up the first down. Bjerke could come in here and just hand the football off. They get some of those fresh bodies in the backfield to run the football. Yeah, and here come the twos also in the offensive line. So there you go, Brad. Just like you said, give these guys the reps in a varsity game. Sets them up. Maybe it's something that has to come in later in the year, or it sets them up for next year.
Well, and that's great for team chemistry.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And
Gives them all a chance to play.
It just kind of builds that foundation for next year. Raiders will take a timeout. We'll take a final timeout as well. 3:37 to go. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Sparks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Hudson Raiders leading the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's, and Hudson in the red zone. The backup QB, Grant Bjerke, calling the signals. Bjerke will hand it off to Blaukamp. He gets wrapped up by Lauscher.
Make it 2nd and goal now. You know, we talked about getting the 2s in here for a chance for the Raiders. And again, these guys work just as hard as the 1s. Everything else in practice, they're busting their tail. And what a great opportunity for them now to at least get on the football field and make something happen.
Bjerke with the flip, heading towards the pylon. John Hassapopoulos. Habes are able to string that one out. Ben Strayer, who's played a whale of a game for the Old Abes tonight.
Yeah, both sides of the football.
Well, and another difference, you look at these two teams, Hudson Raiders, nobody's going both ways.
Yeah, and again, it shows in the 4th quarter.
Pushing toward the end zone, Caleb Blaukamp.
Half a yard short.
Just a little bit short, so clock continues to move. 2 minutes, 45 seconds and ticking.
4th and 1 from the half-yard line.
Kane Lyons on the tackle for Memorial. Boy, he's played an awfully good game.
Yeah, he's had to go both ways, do a lot of things.
Snap to Bjerke. Throws it to the end zone, incomplete. So the Old Abes defense get a red zone stop, and Memorial will take over with 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Still not over, Sparks.
Still not. It's a little tough when you're 99 yards away. But again, just a nice job by the Old Abe defense, though, to stiffen right there, not just allow the Raiders to put another one on the board.
Holmberg heads back on the field. Got to switch football, so Memorial's got to play with its football.
Yep.
It's always an interesting thing I always enjoyed about football is you get to pick your own ball.
Yeah, it was nice of Holmgren just to bring it out with him.
Holmberg from his own end zone. He's going to keep it and push forward for a couple.
Yeah, I wanted to get off that 1 yard line, pushed out at least about the 5. Yeah, I guess only out to about the 3 yard line. Looked like he got further than that.
Abes will keep it on the ground. Zach Johnson has run hard tonight for the Old Abes. Abes have 2 timeouts left, so do the Raiders, but I highly doubt that either coach is going to burn a timeout here. I think they're just going to let this thing tick down and make it official. Abes will do just that, keep it on the ground.
Yeah, he gets pushed out of bounds there, so that'll stop the clock, but make it 4th down also.
4th and 5 for Memorial. Clock stops.
Yeah, the Old Abes will go for this.
Minute 21 left.
And if they don't get it, Hudson will just come out and kneel on it to end the game. So, and as you said, nobody used a timeout. The Old Abes are going to use one here to set up this next play.
We'll keep it here, Sparks. I guess, you know, we saw the Old Abes in that scrimmage. They didn't play a lot of their ones because there are a number of guys that are nicked up. You mentioned Aaron Gunlock. He was unable to go tonight, but they'll get him back probably for week 3. So that'll help the Old Abes, just give them one more option in the pass game. I like what I saw. I like the compete level. I like the way Holmberg threw the ball. I like the way Johnson ran the ball. Strayer and Zuliger are 2 really nice options in the pass game. I think you add Gunlock in there, and I think you've got some things to work with.
Yeah, we just didn't know, did we, Brado? You talk about all the people they lost from last year's team, all those skills, and to come back tonight. And boy, those other kids have really stepped up. Like you said, they've all performed very well. They continue to run that offense at a high clip. You know, they put 21 points on the board tonight, and you know, if it wasn't for just a couple of interceptions here and there, they would have done even better. But again, just a good showing again for the Old Abes tonight.
Yeah, you're never happy with a loss, but I think the coaches, when they go through this film and they get together with the players again, can point out all sorts of positives. Johnson to punt that one away. Nobody back for the Raiders. That's going to take a bounce and roll out towards the 44-yard line. It'll get down there, a minute 12 to go. And for Hudson, you'll be happy with the win. You'll have a happy bus ride back, and then the coaches will put together that really long laundry list of, we got to be better at this, we got to be better at that, and right down the line.
But again, we talk about Hudson in that halftime adjustment. They had 9 points in the first half. They've now got 37. They put up 4 touchdowns here in the second half. And again, it's all from that halftime, settling things down, talking to the team about how to regroup and what you got to do to make changes to make the effect they want. And they've obviously done it. They did a great job this half. They turned it over once, but other than that, it was maintain the football, run the clock, run the football, and put up 4 touchdowns to run away with this.
So victory formation for the Raiders. They will start the season 1-0.
Have to do this one more time.
Abes will drop to 0-1. Memorial will take a short road trip next week up to Chippewa Falls to play the Chi-High Cardinals. And Chi-High had a tough opening game at Stevens Point, thought to be one of the top teams in the Wisconsin Valley this year. Memorial Chippewa, that's always a fun one.
It is, and I'll tell you what, from what we saw last year, the Big Rivers kind of dominated the crossover game. So it'll be interesting this year to see if, the Wisconsin Valley can answer.
So one more knee. We're down to 25 seconds. Clock continues to move. And that will do it. This one will go into the books as the Hudson Raiders win 37-21. Spash, which opened up against Chi-High over in Stevens Point tonight, will be here on the 5th of September, the first Friday night game at this complex. Again, Sparks, a lot for both teams to take as positives. Hudson, you talked about it. Halftime adjustments, they decide to go, okay, we're going to run a little bit more power, and we're going to lean on that O-line and our backs and our experienced quarterback, and it paid off.
Yeah, it was a great game, though. Again, it was late in the third quarter into the fourth, and this thing was one-score game. So the Old Abes hung with them again. Just a couple mistakes late in the game, and Hudson quit turning the football over. They just were kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Of 5 turnovers tonight, and yet they're still able to put up 37 points to get the victory. So that's the biggest thing that Hudson's going to take away from this is they've got to take care of the football. The Old Abes, again, a lot of positives come out of this. They moved the football, 21 points. Defensively, there was a lot fewer missed tackles. I mean, yeah, it was physical. They got kind of beat up here in the second half. But, again, they lack that depth. They need to find some more depth in the interior to really help themselves prolong getting deep into games. But, again, a very positive outlook for the Old Abes after tonight, too.
Also positive, Sparks, I think this facility.
Absolutely.
We saw it, again, they put the turf down a couple years ago. The track went in, 3-4 years ago, and, the plan was to start playing football here for this season. And, we could watch this complex and, even when we were doing softball games at Memorial's new softball field right behind us, we were kind of watching this, and poking around and taking a look, and you wonder how it would all come together. And, boy, first game night, yeah, it looked like everybody had a great time, and it was good to see the big crowd here, and it was really a lot of energy in this place tonight.
Yeah, you hope it kind of brings that energy to the lower levels, right? You're hoping that kids in ninth grade and even the middle schools will come here, see the facility, get excited about, here's your opportunity to play at a first-rate facility. Look at this turf. I mean, look at all the excitement around this program right now. Second-year coach, and they're making progress. You know, they just need the numbers. They need those kids to come out and sustain the program and really keep working towards what Coach Westcott wants to get accomplished. And again, that starts with the younger groups. That starts with your sophomores, freshmen, and even the middle schoolers, getting them here, getting them excited about the program.
Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or at NasonvilleDairy.com. Postgame show coming up. You've been watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
All right, welcome back to Eau Claire Memorial High School. Hudson Raiders pulling away for a win over the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's, joined by running back Peyton Pingle, quarterback Cooper Adair. Cooper, let's start with you. I'm guessing when you go through the film and you look at stats, you're going to say, too many mistakes, and yet you come out of here with the win. What was important for you guys in that second half?
You know, just going in the second half, we knew that we just got to play Hudson football like we always do. We knew the offense had to pick it up. Defense played great the first half. We just knew that we had to clean some stuff up on offense, and that's what we did. O-line blocked great for us, me and Pingle. It's just, I think we executed a lot better in the second half.
And Peyton, let's talk to you. Second half, you probably knew you were going to get the ball a little more. I'm guessing you kind of like that, you know, saying, hey, just feed me, or Cooper keeps it, and we'll just do some running and kind of get control of the game again.
Absolutely, yeah. So they were, you know, they played both ways more, and they just started slowing down, and we knew that if we just start running down their throats, start going faster and faster as we usually do, we'd just start getting more, and it just started working. And we stopped fumbling, and little mental mistakes, recovered from that.
For you guys, it was one of those first games. It kind of looked like a first game at times. Other times it looked like, man, both teams were doing some good things. What can you guys gain from experience like this that you can take with you going forward?
Just go home and just little mental mistakes. Just got to, you know, hold the ball, stop the snaps, got to get those down, and picks, but those are just like throwing out of bounds instead of throwing it and just chucking it up for the air. Just little stuff is the biggest thing.
And for you guys who are seniors, you know, hey, it's your home opener next week.
Yeah.
What do you think the potential of this team is? I mean, yeah, it's a long way to go, just one game in the books, but what do you guys, how would you like to keep proceeding in this season?
I think we got to take it one game at a time, like Coach Cowles says, but obviously our goal is to win the BRC, and I think we have the team to do that.
All right, gentlemen, you're in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. Do you remember how that works?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm going to hand you the microphone as soon as I
What we got to do again?
I'll hand it to you.
He says, I'm Cooper Adair, I'm Peyton Pingle, and we're in the house. We say that together. So as soon as you get
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm Cooper Adair, and I'm in the house.
I'm Peyton Pingle, and I'm in the house.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Good luck the rest of the way. All right, so that's going to do it for our coverage tonight. We'll be with you again from Eau Claire North High School next Thursday when the Huskies will have their home opener and they will host New Richmond. Keep it tuned to Zaleski Sports. Many games on our schedule as we go through this 2025 high school football season. For our producer, videographer, Don Millay, and my color commentator, Dave Sparger, I'm Bob Bradovich saying good night from Eau Claire Memorial High School.